Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening. Tonight, we are continuing on with episode 25 of our ongoing campaign playing Paizo Publishing's very cool Pathfinder 2nd Edition in Greg Gillespie's very awesome Barrowmaze complete setting. I don't have a copy of that with me right now because I don't need it tonight. With me tonight are the stars of our Barrowmaze campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screens here. First up is Steve-O.
Hello.
Who are you
Glad
playing,
to be back. I'm playing Werben Silverstone, the infamous Dwarf Storm Druid.
Nice. And next up is John.
Hey everyone, John here. I'm playing Droop, the bounty hunter druid that got his butt kicked last session.
And next up is Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen, and I am playing Angus. Angus is still alive. Might be surprising to those of you who watched the last session, but he's just barely hanging on.
It was a squeaker. And last but not least is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I am playing everybody's favorite circus goblin, Badonk.
Outstanding.
And I'm drinking Alexander Keith's tonight.
Nice.
Fine Canadian beer.
Keeping it East Coast. A little Granville Island, a little West Coast. Look at that, guys.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I've lived in both places. So, I get around. Great. So then, this evening, we are picking up directly after where we left things last. So as you can hear, the rain is pouring down. We can hear the sound of a retreating goblin biplane, which is streaming fire behind it after being struck by a fireball cast by Phidias Ornak von Scuttlecup III. And I think at this point we see Werben will kind of enter the scene as well too. And I don't think, Werben, you've got any idea of what's gone on here. Once again, you've made your mysterious reappearance with the party. And you can see that everyone is looking pretty messed up right now. So guys, who wants to give a quick recap of what happened last session? And of course, you guys each start with 1 hero point too. Let me just adjust what you got there. Werby Werb.
Thank you.
What happened last session, guys? Or has the trauma settled in and your characters cannot remember it? It came from above.
So we got on the transport biplane.
Yep.
And we're flying along. We got a message that instead of going directly to Serene, we were going to meet up with some of the other kind of stragglers who had fled Serene and put together an expedition with them, or somehow we were going to do that. And then it started to storm. And we got another message that somehow was involved in the conjuring of this massive storm dragon thing.
Let's oh, hold on, that's not the handout. This is the handout.
Yeah. So turns out storm dragon's favorite food is biplanes. And it feasted on ours.
All got shot in the head.
And we eventually drove it off with the turret, kind of straggling ourselves at that point, and made it to the camp where everybody had fled. And then we met with Cadmos Sunseeker and Phidias Ornak von Scuttlecup III and Palabar.
Yep.
Right here.
Palabar, Fabble Stabble.
And found out that somehow the bad guys are tracking us, or they have figured out where we are, and the bad guys sent 3 more biplanes flown by goblins to attack us, which had as a payload these ripper drakes hanging underneath them that they dropped on the camp.
Yeah.
And
What sick son of a bitch uses live payloads? Jeez.
And
it's almost as if your DM was working out frustrations in some way. I don't know.
Let's see. How many of the planes did we down? Cadmos and his crew fought one of them.
Yeah.
We actually downed one of them, and the third one got blasted by Phidias's fireball spell and went limping off. But it was a pretty rough fight, to say the least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were in big trouble.
I'm out of all consumables.
Yeah. You guys have...
Monk was on his last point of life, and I think pretty much everyone was very injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angus saved my life, I saved Angus's life, and cycle continues.
And this is
We had
after...
a Tom Cruise looking gnome who came over and saved
Well, because of you.
His name was
Because of
Mivrick,
you.
wasn't it?
Mivrick, yes. A natural pilot, if ever there was one.
Definitely.
Anyway, and so now we're sort of in the aftermath and trying to figure out what to do next. I
Sure.
think.
So, Werbin, as you come on the scene, you can see Badonk is looking really beat up. He's got, one of these bolts. He's got scorch marks all over him. He's got a bolt sticking out of the meat of his shoulder. He's kind of limping along, carrying this huge, ballista type thing. It's like an incredibly oversized crossbow, not quite a what do you call it, a siege engine, but very, much closer to that than a portable weapon. Yeah, Angus is leaning up against this smoldering biplane, a decapitated goblin sitting in the, or kind of his body half hanging out of the pilot's seat. Druk is there as well too, having just administered a life-saving potion to Angus. And then there's a couple other strange. There's a fair amount of gnomes that are collecting around here too. As there's, I think I said there was 4 or 6 left in total.
I think 4 left.
4 left. Okay. So there's only 4 other pilots, 4 other goblins, gnomes left here.
Oh man.
And there's 1 harpy and then 1 pegatar. That's that winged centaur that you can see there.
Ooh. Okay. Quite the motley crew. But Badonk, you want me to finish you off, or are you?
No, thank you.
Put him down.
Just finish him off.
Okay. Well, I've certainly got some healing I can offer.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yes, I'm happy to do that. Let's do a little bit of that.
16, or are you targeting one person or everyone?
What should I do here? All living targets on a dead heal 8 points. Should I do that? That's probably the best thing to do, hey? Is that what everybody needs?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. So one of his spells has been used up. That heals you as well, Werbin. Although you would have been at full, I think. So
I think so, yeah.
Full again. Okay.
That's a sec. Okay, so that's 1 for civil spell. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Is that enough, or should I do it again?
Oh,
We could probably
drink
switch to
all of
medicine
your
at this
spells,
point.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, does anybody aside from Angus have medicine?
I may pick it
Okay.
up the next time I level up.
Oh, I think I have medicine. Where's my?
So wait, I heal for 16?
For 8.
Everybody heals for 8.
Yeah, he channeled it out from him. It was healing burst.
I do have medicine. Yes.
Okay,
so-
well then, Werbin, why don't you work on Badonk, and I can work on myself.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Badonk, don't you have nature medicine? Are you expert
No,
with either nature or, just for Werbin, are you an expert in either nature or medicine?
I am. I have a proficiency of 7 in nature.
So it should say, well, take a look in your character sheet.
Uh,
Is your proficiency bonus a +2 or a +4 for those?
it says +7.
No, the proficiency, the itemized kind of type. Here, I'll take a look, Steve. Let me sec here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it says Prof 7. for
Okay.
nature.
1 sec here. Where are you? Werby Werb. Here we go. All right, Werb. What do we got? We got Prof 7. So nature, you are an expert in that. The reason I wanted to know that, Steve, is because you are an expert, you can actually roll against a higher level, like a higher DC, and restore more hit points.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I think that you have. Let me take a look at your feats. I thought that you had a feat. Oh, you don't. I thought you had the feat that was natural medicine. It allows you to use nature instead of medicine, but you don't. You got survey wildlife, you got train animal, and then some other stuff.
I do have some feet. We have to go over my feats at some point. Have a little good conversation about that because I think I have a couple of big hit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a look. Let's see here. Oh, I don't know if... well, I'm going to get the hero lamp. One sec here, Steve.
Yeah.
Let me take a look. What level are you currently?
I am currently level 4.
Level 4? What? Who let you get that high? Gee.
I know, right?
I know. All right, hold on a second here. Here we go. So one of my... How did I do this again? Whoop. Nope. You know, what would be helpful is if it was more intuitive in Hero Lab how I change between between game systems. I can't remember. I did this again yesterday, and I don't remember how to do it today.
And help you with that one.
No. Let's see here.
The only Hero Lab I have access to is
The older one?
the iPad
Yeah.
one.
Ah, okay.
Well, apparently you can make a free account and make a level 1 character for Pathfinder 2, so...
Yeah, and you might be able to do the same thing for Starfinder as well, but I do not know. Come on, where am I going here?
Oh, John, did you say you had gentle repose?
I could prepare it when I rest next.
No, I was just flipping through the spells and skimmed everything and realized that that was a joke about our chances of survival, not like an actual suggestion.
Oh.
Because I didn't know what it did until just now.
Preserves the body. It's been there since, what, first edition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might be... It's certainly a Pathfinder first.
Yeah, no, it goes back to second D&D.
It may be a cantrip from Unearthed Arcana.
Yeah, it's, preserves the body for 24 hours from rotting.
Mm-hmm.
So, recent undead to keep their bodies fresh that way.
Oh, I just figured it out. Guys, I'm the smartest person for this one single moment. Let's see here. Barrowmaze. Warbin.
Yes.
You are indeed 3rd level. Let's see here. What
I thought it was you bumped me up to 4.
No. I in the sheet here, which means that what's on there, what is listed on your feats here, are only your 3rd level feats.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you saying something?
I'm saying.
Missing class ability.
I think that I'm saying. Well, I'm not saying it so much as thinking it. So I'm thinking it. But what I'm thinking, and now saying, is that I think that you might be able to pick a new feat. If you want to pick a new feat, one pretty handy new feat here. Boom, we're giving you a new level here. And that means you get a new feat. And a new feat you could take is a little bit of where is it here? A little bit of natural medicine, which would allow you to use nature instead of medicine to treat wounds, which would mean you would be able to roll against a higher difficulty class, a 20 instead of a 15, and restore twice as many hit points with your medicine.
Wow. Oh, you also get the class feat too.
Yeah, there's some other shit you get too, but for purpose of right now, if that's what you want to take, Steve-O.
Let's live on the wild side. Let's do it.
Nice.
Natural medicine.
Boom. Got natural medicine. That was a trick. This is going to kill you. No. All right, so that is a skill feat. So we'll add that under your skill feat here. For medicine. And what it does is... Wow, nature can be used to treat your wounds, and you gain a +2 circumstance bonus to treat wounds with nature. So on top of being able to use your nature with that, you can't use all of the medicine features. You can't do everything you can do with medicine, but you certainly can... Well, you know what? And I can cut and paste this because of the compendium. One sec here. Look at this.
Thanks, man.
Hot diggity daffodil. Pretty good.
Just the most helpful DM. I get it.
You know, I have my moments. It makes up for when I'm a son of a bitch.
Does it? Does it really?
Yeah, not so much. You killed my character. All right, so let's see here. Boom, there you go, Steve-O.
Great.
You are the proud new owner of that. You also, it looks like, get one more skill that you can increase to either increase another skill by 1 or make something an expert skill. So you want to take a look at that. You also gain a new class skill, which we can deal with afterwards. Maybe you and I can chat about that after.
There's no good Storm Druid one for 4th level, so.
There are no good ones?
There's no one specifically for it, so.
There is one specifically for it.
No, not
There's
for 4th
not
level.
one.
Yeah, they left Storm all the way out of that one.
Wah, wah, wow. What you could do is you could delve deeper into the training of a new order and access a coveted order spell. So, like, say you're shape-shifting, you could gain the animal form ability for...
Very handy, I have it.
Yeah. It's pretty badass, so let's take a look at that. But here, for now. So you've got that, then knowing that you have that ability, why don't you go ahead and, Steve-O, give us a nature roll with +2.
Yeah. Me and Arlen were spamming with other heal checks.
Love it. All right, well, nature, here we go. Bam, +2.
Although, remember, guys, you can only be subject to the treat wounds once. So, you may want to get...
so I did it twice for myself using a hero point because my first roll sucked, and then I did it once for Drew.
Well, what I'm saying, guys, is that if you let Werbin do it, he could restore more hit points because he's better. He can't do it on top of you guys doing it. It's not subject once to that person's treat wounds. It's treat wounds full stop.
I think we were more concerned about doing it quickly so that we can, in case there's a second wave.
Oh, no, but his will take 10 minutes as yours will take 10 minutes.
But he can't treat multiple people at once, can he?
No, he can't. Oh, you mean you were going to take everyone... Oh, that's why you want to do it. It's because you can treat more than one person. Forgive me.
I can treat me and Drew over the course of the next 20 minutes, and Werbin can treat Badonk.
Okay, got it. So that is actually a failure there, Steve-O. You want to spend your hero point?
He gets +2, right, doesn't he?
Oh, but no, but
he's going for
20.
Yeah.
All right,
extra.
Let's hero point it. Here we go.
Okay.
Time to be a hero. All right, and
Boom.
come on, boys and girls. Booyah, Shaka!
Oh! Big heal. So then that means didn't get a crit success on it, but you were heal 2d8 plus 10.
Wow, that's decent.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'll take that. Okay, 2d8 plus. No, hold on.
2d8 plus 10 is how much Badonk's going to regain.
Roll 2d8 plus 10. Send. Rolling 16. All right, there you go.
That's about as good as a 2nd level heal spell touching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep.
Nice, you gain 16.
Thank you, Werbin.
Excellent.
You betcha.
Okay, so as you guys are being treated, you will have a chance to chat a little bit too. So let's assume that you bring Werbin up to speed as to what the hell's happened and where you're going. Well, you haven't told Werbin where you're going. Where is it you were going, guys?
Are we still going there now? After that incident?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to save the day in Serene.
My bounty hunter nature is emerging. Really?
Well, hold on. Did you say coward? I didn't...
No, it's bounty hunter nature.
Oh, sorry. I heard coward.
Oh, well, no. It's survivalist.
Okay. So, yes, they were... Werbin, you may remember your travels to the flying city of Serene. Well, it turns out that over the last little while, Badonk, at the request of Wes Littlefoot, he contacted the... What do you call it? He contacted... the people at Serene at the request of, or you got Badonk to contact them at the request of Valeron, the elf who lives in town. It seems that over the last little while, necrotic powers have been getting much more powerful in the Barrowmaze, and the Thorns Wild Elves have found themselves under attack by some kind of ghostly forces. So they had heard about the Spectre Chasers, those 4 gnomes that you guys, or some of you guys had met before, hoping that they may be able to provide some kind of technological relief from those attacks. But unfortunately, what did you guys find out about the situation in Serene?
It was bad.
Yeah, so like the rest of the world, in recent times, Serene has been taken over by fascists.
Topical.
That's a politics show. Anyway, no. In all seriousness, the Skeksis, is that their real name or is that the not real name?
Yep. No. The real name is Nagpa.
Nagpa. The Nagpa have taken over and added goblin mercenaries and basically have the Spectre Chasers imprisoned. And they're also dealing with something that has to do with, like, making deals with the devil type things. That's a darkness that they don't know how to control, and is going to take over a whole lot more than Serene if we let it continue.
Yeah. So what Phidias Ornak von Scuttlecup the Third had told you last time as well was that there was some powerful being that seemed to be lurking in the heart of Serene as well too, allied with the Skeksis, and that they were working on some kind of really nefarious project, something that troubled him enough that he actually abandoned his position with the mercenary group. He had taken on a position with the mercenary bands of goblins that have been hired to help police Serene. And he had originally hired on because he was going to gain access to the Black Tower, but even that, the draw of that potential knowledge, was not enough to have him keep his word. He and Cadmo Sunseeker and Palabar Fabblestabble had snuck out. Basically, they had a second. They used Phidias's magics to kind of conceal themselves and their craft, and then they got out with a bunch of top ballista gnome pilots, as well as a handful of Harpy and Cadmo Sunseeker, the Pegatar, who helped provide a distraction in order to let them get away. That's what you hear from Phidias. I think Phidias talks like this. I just won't go through and say the whole thing like Phidias. So what is the plan then, guys? You have a second ship here now, or second plane. You've got the what is it? The Night Watchman.
Night Watchman.
There we go, and then we got the second one as well too.
This is beat up as our other one.
The transport that they took to get here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Night Watchman took a lot of damage before.
Yep.
I think there's a little bit of collateral on Fabblestabble's ship or plane as well. So this is where we are right now too. There's also that smoldering biplane next to you as well. What do we what's going to happen next here, guys? The Phidias is quite worried that they're going to be coming for us. They'll be here any time now. He gestures towards you guys. They let him right here. You let that message be delivered. And now we're finding ourselves on the run, and so many of the top ballista are down.
Well, when that straggling biplane gets back, they're definitely going to know we're here. But for right now, we've got a chance to get the move on before they can respond.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do then? What do you propose?
So I think now's the time to tell Phidias and Cadmus and Palabar about our drop-in plan.
Yeah.
Do you want us to roleplay that out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we had a plan that we were going to use the Save Me shoots to hop out of the back of one of these planes over Serene and fall onto the city.
Your plan was to fall to the city? And then what? When you're struck down by one of the lightning strikes.
Well, if that's not going to work, then we need a new plan.
He sort of wanders around, kind of leaning on his staff. What is... Come on, kind of muttering away. And that's when Palabar and Beepo will kind of come in. And Beepo says,
I'm not sure it's such a good plan anymore, guys. If we've got a storm around there, you could get whipped off of there. You might miss it completely. You could try and do a low entry and use your save me shoot only at the last second, but if you misjudge that...
And Palabar kind of goes...
Well, if that's not going to work, then what do we do?
Is there a way to use, like... Does Gnomish technology extend to the point of, like, altitude sensors?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Or is that... Could we put some of those on the shoots to have them automatically go off at about the right time?
I don't think that that's a little too high tech. Like, they would have altitude sensors in the city, but it wouldn't be like little things you'd hook onto your
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we don't know the city as well as you, so we're open to suggestions.
Well, let's take a look at a map. Where is that map? There we go. This is Serene. Lovely Serene.
Lovely fade.
So what we could do... Well...
Could we drop into, like, the tumbling fields? And because that's low gravity, right?
That's right. You could go in there. You know...
If and Fabble or Palabar, sorry, Palabar turns to Beepo and says,
wait, did you say that you got out?
Sorry, the other way around. Beepo says to him,
Did you say you escaped because you were made invisible? And he says, yeah, he did that.
And Phidias turns around and says,
I did that.
I know Phidias' voice keeps changing because I keep forgetting what it is. So, Phidias turns and he looks over, at the two of you or everyone, and he kind of strokes his little goblin beard, or not his beard, but his chin.
I suppose if... You two,
And he talks to Palabar and Beepo.
what is your... Were you trained as top ballista as well?
And the two of them kind of look at each other and say,
Of course we were. And he says, I've heard of a formation that you do. Wing to wing.
and Beepo and Fabblestab kind of get a little white, and they look at each other and they says,
Yeah? We've been trained on that.
and then Palabar says,
On biplanes.
and the goblin kind of strokes his chin.
He says, if we flew in, had delivered them as payloaded to the tumbling fields, and then you were able to get into a wing-to-wing formation, you might be close enough to both be subject to my magics. But it would be very difficult, because you wouldn't see each other anymore either. You would be flying on instinct.
And the two gnomes kind of look at each other like,
Well, I suppose we could do that. What do you say, Palabar?
and Palabar's like,
I think I like the plan better when we fly into a lightning bolt.
so this would be a plan that would deliver you guys in there and then allow them to escape the immediate retaliation that might come from it.
So, seems unnecessary to take 2 planes in, though, right? Like, what's the advantage of having 2 cargo planes instead of just 1 cargo plane?
How are we gonna connect up again?
Well, we'll just set a rendezvous point.
If there's 2, if it doesn't work, wouldn't we need 2 in order to cover it? 1 coming in from one direction, 1 from another? Deliver you? And the Miverick steps forward and says, "We're ready to help too, sir."
I guess I assumed that 1 plane would drop us off, fly around for a little while, and then we'd figure out how to get back on that 1 plane.
That plane would likely get destroyed.
Okay.
That's what their concern is. If you guys go in, this is your plan before was operating under the understanding that it was only the Nagpa who were causing problems here. What he has learned is that since that time, there's something else that is going on. It is not part of the Serene defenses to summon a lightning dragon, and attack. That's something really different than what is the norm. So if they did do that, then you've seen how this whatever power is taken over Serene has been able to track them. Their concern is that if they just fly in like that, then they'll get destroyed before they're able to come back and get you.
Okay.
And hence the 2. If they could go in with 2, have 2, planes buzzing over them, and then deliver you there, they meet up, do their wing-to-wing thing, and then hopefully the spell is a wide enough radius that they're both covered. And then they're able
But
to...
I guess I don't see why we couldn't put invisibility on just 1 plane.
But it wouldn't... the 1 plane, as soon as... It would not last... Like, you wouldn't be able to cast it on the plane and dump you guys out. As soon as you were being dumped out, the spell would end.
Okay,
I'm
so
counting that as an attack.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, then...
what do you think? That gets you into Serene. Though knowing now what awaits you there, what are you guys thinking?
We need a hiding spot. Like, do they know anywhere we could hide?
Well, let's see here. The Tumbling Fields were... Let's see here.
Well, what about the guy's old shop?
Yeah, the Spectre Chasers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Science Park, so it would just be right over here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess the point is it's somewhere that Badonk knows.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that seems like a good spot.
So the Tumbling
to
Fields...
use our base.
Oh, I guess... I guess there is one question. Are the Tumbling Fields still active? They've had no tourists, right? And there's not a practical effect necessarily that the Tumbling Fields has.
They always land in the lake.
Tumbling Fields are an area of artificial zero gravity which can be accessed only via the gates shown in the fold-out map. The area around the fields is protected by a force field. And there's an effective ceiling of 200 feet above the city level. Oh.
Oh, so we couldn't just fall into it anyway.
No.
Like it's the lake.
Yeah, so that Lake Glitterlode, on the other hand, waterfall descends here with real violence till it becomes it reaches 1 foot from the lake, where it magically becomes a placid shower. So the waterfall, it looks like it starts on the side where the Tumbling Fields are.
Mm-hmm.
So you would kind of fly over the Tumbling Fields, have to avoid the force field if the force field's up still. Or you just come in from the side, I guess, or from the north, or whatever the top of the thing. And then drop onto...
Well, but so that kind of changes our plan if we can't fall into the Tumbling Fields, though, because the whole point was that we wouldn't need save me shoots. We wouldn't have to time the halo jump with the save me shoots, right?
I think they could get you low enough so you could jump out relatively safely and land in the water. If you don't land in the water, it ain't going to be good. But... and falling rules in PF2 are particularly punishing.
Unless you're like an unbreakable goblin with catfall.
Yeah. Stop breaking the rules, John.
It's more like bending.
So, what do you think, guys?
I say let's do it.
I guess we're dropping into the lake.
Hope you can swim. I can.
Oh, here, guys. What you might be thinking of is the glitter steps. Glitter steps, they're steps that ascend 80 feet, but the walker upon them doesn't have to actually climb. He simply has to will himself to ascend or descend, and then is whisked along with a gentle current of air rising or descending. As he proceeds, gentle sparks and nimbuses of multicolored lights play below his feet. So there's the downside. Is you would have,
Yeah.
So is the plan lake glitter load, smash in the force field of the tumbling fields, or the glitter steps? What do you think?
Well, to be honest, if there's a force field up here, and we try to fly long ways through the city, that's going to be bad and be really bad for the plane.
Yeah.
But if we can zip through a small area real quick, that's probably better. So I vote for the lake.
Yeah, I think for safety's sake, you're going to have to go the length of the lake to allow for
Yep.
the maximum range
Something
of air.
like that.
Yeah, yeah, and then kind of and turn out away before before it hits the Black Tower, which I think is 42. Yeah, Onyx Tower. Forgive me. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Now, guys, do you have any abilities that you choose to make use of that will mitigate your fall?
I could turn into a flying squirrel for a little bit.
There you go. Wait, hold on. You can't turn any flying things yet, right?
It doesn't fly, it glides.
No. So, what else?
I'm out of spells, so until I get spells back, I can't feather fall.
Oh,
So,
shit. Yeah.
I have my focus spell, but
I mean, but Donk's not too worried about himself, but I don't know if I really have anything to help anyone else, kind of thing.
Okay.
I can still use my wild shape to turn into something bouncy.
Badonk is trying to teach everyone his duck and roll technique.
Yeah, he's trying to help them all out.
What about you, Angus? You got anything?
I don't think I have anything other than the ability to swim once we get into the lake.
About how far above the water you think we'll be?
Probably 60 feet, I think.
Okay, if we attach the save me shoots to the plane and we jump out and have it automatically unfurl as we yank the cord, that might slow us down enough.
It might slow you down. It also, there is a risk that you might drown.
Yep.
Just because actual, that's why people don't use parachutes landing in lakes, is because they can get, the chute can come on top of them, it gets wet, and then they just get caught up in the cords and shit and drown.
I can turn into a fish.
So,
I could cast enlarge. Would that help?
that is Werbin's go-to. How about if I make it big? Stop asking me.
I wonder, flying squirrel enlarged, could I glide it? No. That won't work. Polymorph effects don't stack.
Okay, let's see here. All right, now you've got an ability, don't you, Badonk, to reduce the amount of damage you take from a fall?
By half.
By half.
By half. Okay, cool.
He's an unbreakable goblin.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's just for me.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the damage you will take from the fall from the because you're going to water. So currently you guys are looking at 15 points of damage from the fall, but I will allow you guys to do a I think it'll be yeah, I think it's going to be an acrobatics check that you can try and reduce it further. Okay, so guys, we unless there's anything else, we'll move you back here that you want to do. Boom.
About how long is the flight going to take? I'm just wondering if we can do medicine again before.
Yes, yeah, the flight will... Well, so on the flight, you can absolutely do that. And I think that from where you are, it's going to be at least a day's travel still, so you will have a chance to get a long rest if you choose.
Excellent. I can cast Featherfall on people then.
Okay.
Because it's a reaction to cast that spell. So
Okay.
I could hit somebody with it as they jump out, then myself, and then the next person that jumps out, and the time it takes to... Well, no.
Can you cast 4 of them?
I think I have 4 first-level spells. Nope, 3. I've got 3.
Okay.
So you cast 3, and then Badonk. If we had Angus go out, cast it on him.
Yeah.
Wurbin go out, cast it on him. Druk cast on self, and then Badonk has his bonus to avoid falling damage.
I have a question. Pest form says I can turn into an insect. How much fall damage would I take if I did that?
I'd say still same.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not a flying insect, so
Well, it's tiny.
it's all relative.
Yeah, but it's a lot of distance for a tiny thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I can do it 3 times if we want that. I just have to prepare it 3 times.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what you could do, though, if you used pest form, you could hang on someone else and be a negligible weight.
We'll do that. I will be laughed off with Badonk, cast it on him, and then morph.
Yep. Okay.
Mm.
Awesome.
That'll work.
Okay, cool. So, guys, then you gain, what is it, your level in hit points back as well, too, because of natural healing.
Is it level plus con, or...
Is it level plus con? I'm trying to remember.
I think con was in there.
It might be level plus con, although that might be Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerer type of warrior. Let's take a
Well,
look.
since I played that.
We can do medicine and nature checks to fill everybody up, I think.
Nature, no, because you need to have access to things. You need to be able to find
no nature. So Angus can do medicine checks.
Yeah.
To heal everybody the rest of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, natural healing is 40.
Oh yeah, hit points equal to your Constitution modifier times your level.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So whatever your minimum 1 for the Constitution modifier. So whatever your Constitution modifier is times your level, which will be I think 4 for everybody. That's how many hit points you heal back naturally.
Alrighty.
Is everyone back up to full yet?
No, we were really wounded.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do some more medicine.
Okay.
All right. For me,
Now I think I'm only going to allow 1 more because there's only so much I think you can do. I really.
Yeah.
We talked about this before too, but I think that's a hole in the rules that you can just keep using medicine over and over.
Yeah.
Okay.
none for me.
Not
Drew-
me.
I'm only 7 down. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Badonk probably needs better healing, and Warbin can probably get him where he needs to be.
Okay.
Sure. Nature or my roll.
Yes. Go ahead.
+2. Boop. Oh, 19.
19. That ain't good. Okay. So unfortunately, this is as healed. You do all get your hit points back, though, or your hit points, your spells and your class abilities. I'm assuming you guys would have had time to refocus. So if you gained, or do you refresh your focus when you take a long rest, or?
I just had the rest rules pulled up, so let's look.
I'm pretty sure it's when you wake up after a long rest. Part of your wake up process is refreshing your focus.
Okay.
The
perfect.
spellcasters, focus points or other abilities refresh during your preparations.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So you guys will have your focus points back as well, and because we are now an hour into the session, everyone gets a hero point as well.
Yay.
Okay. Now, let's go over. So, do you have any questions? It does seem like Phidias seemed to have a good idea of what what's been going on, or what the present state of Serene is. And do you want to incorporate in your plan Cadmos or the Harpy or Phidias or the what do you call it? Or the top ballista, the 4 gnomes who survived, Mivrik and his allies.
Can we take their plane since it's not nearly as beat up as ours?
They can fix the other one.
To be dropped off, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll be the other pilot who flies it then. They've each got their own thing. And
Okay.
I think what Phidias is going to do is he's going to stay on board whatever one you guys are not on in order to defend the plane. Someone give me a someone who's trained in medicine. Go ahead and give me a medicine roll too. I'm just going to treat this number as the same
Medicine?
thing. Yes, please.
But
So it turns out, okay, this will have an effect on the weather. Then the night watchman is currently at 5 of 100 hit points.
yep.
You may actually be forced to only take one in unless you want to lose a plane.
Yeah.
Because it's just it seems that Beepo wasn't able to actually restore it enough. So you got the one that makes it easier to do the what do you call it? To do the approach, I guess, or the spell. There's only one of you now. Now, what about are there any other ideas you've got? You've got other resources here with the other guys. You got Cadmos.
So it seems like putting a top ballista guy on the turret of the plane that we take would be a good idea because they're definitely trained.
Yep, definitely. Yep.
We should have the surviving gnomes that aren't going with us take the other plane to safety somehow, or fix it up and get out of here.
Yeah. Angus, would you give me a craft check, please? Nice.
Much better.
Okay, so you remember how you took out one of those globes before?
Mm-hmm.
You could probably get out a payload of about, maybe, say, 1d6 of them in total. Cadmos could drop those. If what you want is just a distraction.
So I'm going to keep the one that I already got in my back pocket because I already put it on my character sheet.
They're about that big, so
Oh.
it ain't in your back pocket. It's going to be in your
Probably
sack.
don't have it on you when you hit the water.
Yeah. It'll just be a light
Well, what
weight.
I meant was I already put it on my character sheet, so I'm going to carry that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see how many can we get for Cadmos to drop.
5. Nice. So you could easily carry those things. So if you want some distractions, he could do that. He doesn't want to drop it on any places where you potentially injure people, but he would, drop it on the roof of the library or something like that.
They're not people; they're Nagtha and goblins.
There's still gnomes up there. They haven't kicked any of the gnomes out.
Oh,
Yeah, there's still all the other residents of the Tabaxi, the gnomes, the sphinxes, the
okay.
gremlins.
Then I'm going to hand it to him and say, "Be careful! Hit the greenskin ones,
Well, I think the intent is not to actually kill.
not to hit anybody."
No, it's because that might get a little dangerous for him. What he's thinking is just a distraction.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. If you want to tell him that he should go and attack people, then that's fine. But he's gonna get killed in all likelihood.
Well, yeah, don't do that.
Okay. What else? Badonk, you've been pretty quiet. Any ideas for?
I don't know that. Like I said, there's really not a lot prep-wise that Badonk can do to help everyone out.
Okay.
He's ready, he's prepared, but just I don't know. I'm more ready to get on the ground and not be here.
Yeah. So we'll assume you guys have picked up everything and got things going within about an hour. And
I'm gonna prepare 2 heal spells and my second level spells, and 1 spider climb.
okay,
So
sounds good. So you have your spells ready. Werbin, you got your spells ready. Angus, you got your spells prepped.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone casting anything before we dive in?
I'm gonna cast Fetch a Keith's from the fridge.
That sounds like good spell. All right. We're gonna try to find something here. Here we go. All right. So then let's cut to the approach. You guys have had a full day in this thing, and I tell you, spending a couple of hours in this. Let's find some. Hold up here. I should have got this before. Let's cue up some heist music here.
Yeah, so we've got that classic scene, 2 rows of seats, everybody sitting and thinking in the dim light making their peace with whatever gods they believe in because they're about to jump out of a biplane.
Yes.
It's fine. You have magic. Unless the DM throws an anti-magic shell around the thing, and then we're screwed.
Oh. Let's see. Oh, it's terrible. I mean, it's great, but just not for this thing.
Use the Force, Arlen. Oh, George made a comment on YouTube. George says, I'd much rather watch this awesome session now and check out Nerdarchy later, but thanks for the heads up, Brian.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Ooh, this. Yep. Here we go, guys. So let me turn down the old existential dread here. And let's queue up a little bit of this sauce.
Nice.
Let's turn the rain down. And I guess we're hearing wind only now. So, we see in the film version of our campaign, we can see the silhouette of Serene. And where every time before we've seen the city, and it's beautiful and glittering. It's like a perfect cloudless sky looking in on Disneyland. You know, lots of attractions all over the place, beautiful spires, a vibrant collection of different creatures aloft in the air, happy tourists going along on the little gondola thing that takes people around the entire city. All of that is gone, shrouded in darkness and storm clouds that are completely surrounding the city now. And then as one of the lightning crashes, we see going through the air this plane, very similar to the Night Watchman, but this one is silver in color on the outside. It narrowly avoids a lightning bolt. And we hear from up front, Palabar has his full goggles on. Rain is driving against the windshield.
Y'all okay back there? We're coming in on Serene.
And as the plane gets in closer, we think you can actually see on the ground, now looking up, there's a ton of goblins, all dressed in kind of like a maroon-colored. Well, actually, it wouldn't be. It would be like a dark bluish tabards that make up kind of like a uniform. And you can, if you're picturing like a Prussian army, soldier kind of thing with lots of buttons and crap on it, that's very much what these guys look like. And they are armed. Oh, terrific. Hold on here. I've got a great handout for you. Here is what they look like, guys. There you go.
Do?
Yeah.
Dirty goblins.
And then the cloud, once again, lightning crashes across the sky, followed by a rumble of thunder that leaves the entire plane shaking.
It says, we'll be going down in 5, 4, 3.
And you hear all your stomachs kind of go up as it goes zooming down in its final approach. And as it goes in low, in place of this beautiful waterfall, that was cascading over and would stop and hit this beautiful little shower going down. In this darkness, in this wind, it looks like a tempestuous cascade of water going down to a windswept lake. Black waters where you can't see the bottom. But as you go in low, what you're seeing beneath you as the sort of the side opens up and the wind is trying to, threatening to pull you outside, you look down and all you can see are storm clouds. And then suddenly, lake! Go, 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 go! He says. So guys, who's out first?
Well, Druk is, he's pretty much going to shove or Angus right out the door and instantly cast a spell on him.
Yep.
And then he'll wave the next person through. Second action on him.
Okay.
Third action, he's going to grab Badonk and throw himself out. And then at the beginning of his next turn, he's going to shrink into like a praying mantis and hold on for dear life.
Okay. So Angus, you first are going down, slowly drifting. Druk.
Warbin's going next, I think.
Warbin's next. Warbin, you go down.
Peals of thunder across the sky.
Yeah, and it lights up in your eyes, I think, as well. Badonk, whoop, nimbly leaps out of the thing, and we have
And amazingly, Badonk feels better falling out of the sky than in that stupid airplane.
Precisely. Okay, so and as you guys slowly drift down, you see that
Oh, it's
black...
not slow. It's 60 foot around. It's still going.
Oh, it's still going down pretty... Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
so it really only takes you about a round to get down, but you're very gently kind of sploosh into this black water.
Yeah, it's like at the last second, the air rushes up and...
Okay, now, what I first would like everyone to do is to give me an athletics check, please. Let's see how everyone's doing for keeping themselves afloat.
Since I'm hanging on to Badonk, do I need to make that?
I actually have proficiency in that. Ooh, yeah.
Sure, I'll roll it.
Okay, excellent. Let me check the scenes here, guys.
I'm like clamped on as a praying mantis to Badonk. So.
Okay, so I think you guys are all okay. Because even with a more difficult... The way that, this is a refresher, like the way I set difficulties, guys, is it's either by relative to the level or it's a flat DC. This is the kind of thing that would be a flat DC. And then I think if you're trained in swimming, you would be able to do this. It would just be a little harder, which is why I set the DC at 17. So it just turns out, I think those of you who rolled 17, you are barely able to keep above water in this, this roiling... it's not even as roiling, sorry, it's that it's constantly being pushed over, so there's probably eddies and currents underneath this relatively small lake. And I think what I'll do, guys, is I'm going to just have one of you. I'll duplicate somebody. Who's going to be the lead here?
Well, I'm currently a praying mantis, so not it.
Not you, okay. How long does your animal form last?
Let's have,
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay?
since Badonk is the one who knows what this place is like, let's have him be the lead.
Love it. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all your tokens right at the top here, guys, so you guys can track hit points and stuff like that, and then I will use Badonk's token. Whoops, what am I doing here? There we go. Badonk's token will be the party token for tracking where you guys are going.
Where we are.
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm just going to copy you, and then I'll get rid of the... on the second token here, I'll get rid of the...
bars.
The bars, exactly. Nope, hold up.
It's like my character was born for this. Yeah.
Okay, let's get rid of this here. Get rid of this.
You think we'll find Bargles here? I could use on my list.
Okay, so there you go, guys. Ploosh, you go down into the water. Get rid of your name as well, too. All right, and you make your way to the edge, and I think by the time you get to the edge from swimming, and actually, I just put you there arbitrarily. You can feel free to put yourself wherever you like, or reach the surface wherever you like. The Hanging Gardens are those amazing collection of samples of all plants that can live at heights. Some are suspended in midair, fed by air sacs, which absorb nutrients and so forth. The picnic fields are more of a wide open area, so the the Hanging Gardens might be an easier place to keep yourself hidden.
Just so everybody knows, I have a feat that might help us here.
Nice. Yeah, because we are in. It's also worth because it's been a while since we've transitioned back into this. We are currently in the exploration mode, so we're not in tactical mode. We're not in downtime. We are in exploration, and now it's going to be. We're going to be basically tracking around like the turns, like turns in classic D&D, where it's going to be about 10 minutes worth of time. So you've reached the edge of the Lake Glitterlode, and as you guys come out, you see this. The praying mantis kind of transforms back to your half-orc companion. What are you guys going to do next? Let's do this, maybe. Let's have everyone do a stealth check.
Can we do the quiet allies thing?
When you're avoiding notice and your allies follow the expert, you're an expert in stealth?
I am.
Yeah, so then you roll a single stealth check using the lowest modifier.
Yeah, so what's everybody's lowest modifier?
Mine is just a 2.
Okay. So that's a 19, I guess?
Oh wait, my
17.
stealth is I got a 5.
Yeah, so 17 plus 2 would be the lowest
17
modifier.
would be 19, okay. So you guys make your way to the... yeah, so you guys are all following Druk. So yeah, you guys, you make it to the edge, and you kind of scramble up, and you can see there's a small patrol of those goblins who are going by, and they're speaking goblin as well, too. They aren't speaking the common tongue. And Badong, you can understand what they're saying. And I think that what they say is... nothing of consequence. I think they're just sort of, talking about what they're going to be doing later, when they get off shift.
You want to go to that goblin's place? Or that gnome's place? Don't you mean the goblin's place? Yeah. I'm not sure. Didn't we clear out that wine cellar? Well, we could go to the other one. That guy still got some of that wine left. I don't know. That wine gave me such an headache before.
And that's sort of what carries on as they're, they walk away from you. Badonk, you can tell these are not from your tribe.
No, clearly not. Okay. So are we gonna? Which way did they go?
They were a bit. They seem to be walking a patrol basically under the sky
garden?
thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Could we go this direction?
Yeah, I think so. Let's sneak between these two paths here. So
this,
like along there. Yeah.
You got it. So this whole area is completely empty right now. It is a wide open area. The tumbling fields. You can see rain kind of running down off of the otherwise invisible force field. You're careful to avoid the glitter steps. To
right.
avoid accidentally having the lights triggered. Would you guys give me whoever wants to roll next, give us you can just give us actually a d20 roll and add +2 to that.
Okay. Well, Angus can just roll the stealth.
Yeah, I can roll my stealth since
Yep, you can do that.
Not the worst.
Yeah.
Why don't I hero point that?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
A little bit better.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are making your way along here. Up ahead, obviously to your right, as you're making your way along, there is the Great Library. And remember, the Great Library soars up 280 feet in the air with 14 stories. Up ahead, on the top there, that is Emergency Services. And below that is Thestel's Hangars, a large, shabby hangar which appears closed for business. There's lights on in the inside, and you can hear banging and working from within. So as you guys are making your way to about here, I think, that's when you can hear,
Hey, who's over there?
Look over to see.
okay, guys. I need to grab something here.
Badonk says, kill them as quickly as you can.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I'll use this wide open map here. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I need to set something up here. Because unfortunately, that was not a good enough stealth roll.
Yeah. Angus is the weakest link.
Okay.
That's okay. You can invest in skills later.
I need to look at my stuff here. Would someone kindly give me a 2d6 roll?
Got it. Boop. 8.
8. Nice. Okay.
That isn't how many goblins are coming.
Okay, let me take a peek here. See what I need. See what I need. This music is phenomenal, by the way,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it is.
Love it. It's again Kevin MacLeod. Pretty
That
good.
That guy gets around.
Yeah, the thing that is the most impressive is the wide variety of stuff, right? Like, it's not like he's got a distinctive sound. I imagine if I had a better ear and I listened to more of it, then maybe, you know, you might pick up some where things would all sound, not all the same, but, you know, like some bands, it's like, I love that song, which is all their songs. This all seems to be very unique.
Is it coming through on your broadcast now too, the music?
It is, yeah, because we're using OBS instead of, what do you call it? Instead of just having Roll20 and Hangouts. I use a separate program now, Steve, that captures all the audio and whatever else from...
Kevin's getting fancy.
Yep,
He is, yes.
I'm churching up the place. Choicing it up. Okay, here's what I need. Now, where are the rules for Shadow Drake? Oh, I should have been looking up to see the faces.
It's just disbelief. That's all it is.
Okay. Alright, so then, what I need to set up here... Do I have a token for Tyrannosaurs? I don't know. Okay.
Tyrannosaurus?
A Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah.
Okay.
Because what? Oh, I was on a non sequitur. I was joking to my son how you know, like I'm not sure I'm going to have a more surprising cliffhanger ever in my GM's career than when I was able to deliver that gorilla in a suit and glasses for you guys on Wednesday session. That definitely set a high bar. Okay.
That was a fun session.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, yeah. Okay, give me a sec here, guys. One more minute. I got what I want. I got what I need. Oh. Oh. I wonder. Actually, I'm getting all fancy here. I don't need to be. Don't need to. You know, because of the new... I picked up the bestiary. I was able to... I can basically like drag and drop tokens now that come with and they populate with a full character sheet and everything. But I don't need that because I'm reskinning something. So, all right. What was your marching order, guys?
Well, they were following me. I'm guessing Badonk was right next because he was pointing the way.
Yeah.
And then probably Angus and then Warbin.
Okay, that sounds good.
Any objections? Nope.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. Then. Now, this is not going to be a... oh, shit. Perfect replica, guys, just because the I need to have something that's going to have kind of a wide open area to it. But you can picture that this is when you guys are getting near to the far side where the that hangar is, all sealed up with the sound, the light kind of streaming out of it, even in the pouring rain. And this is what you guys can see. Let me put Druk is up front. Werbin, or Badonk, is behind Angus. You're in the middle, and Werbin is following the rear. Is that what we had said?
Sure.
And guys,
Fighters up front or artillery in the back.
Exactly. Oh, you just wait till level 5, boys. I'll show you some artillery.
level 3 spells,
fireball.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And guys, this
We
is...
got 1 arcane and 2 primal casters.
Oh, trouble. Here is what you see. Up ahead, there are a quartet of goblin guards who appear to have seen you. So, everyone, let me first clear my turn tracker here. Move all turns. Please click on your token, and everyone is using stealth for initiative this time.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's what you were all trying to do. I'll say again how much I just love the option of using different skills for initiative. Super cool. Okay, they rolled crap. All right, so I'm missing, let's hear, Badonkadonk and...
Oh, Morbin.
Did you click on your token before you rolled?
No.
Yes,
Where is my token?
I did.
You did. That's weird. Oh, you know what? But you got to click on initiative and scroll down to change the skill you're using to stealth, and then roll on that. If you just roll your,
I see.
skill, yeah.
I get it. All right. Thievery. Where's their stealth? Okay. Try again. Ooh.
Whoa!
Oh.
Badonk,
Ooh.
holy
I
smokes.
thought I was gonna go first, but nope. Mr.
Okay, so here we go.
Here.
All right, guys. So first up is Badonk. So it looks like about close to what 80 to 100 feet, about ahead of you, near that building where the hangar is. They've seen you now. Ooh, even closer, 65 feet. Jeepers.
Oh, well, I'm there.
Yeah. Okay. So Badonk, you're up first. 3 actions. What are you doing? They all seem to be armed with some kind of crossbow.
Okay, I will close the distance as quickly as I can. So whatever my full move is, it's like 40. Yep.
Okay.
And so I can double move if I don't.
If you split
that
each
right?
action, you can move up to your speed. You have
Okay.
3 actions.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay.
6, 7,
Remember-
8 squares, right?
Yeah, just remember that every second diagonal counts as double.
Oh, it does. Okay. So, okay, then I would only be here. Okay. Then I can make it to this guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that.
Okay. You go racing up. What are you doing?
So then I can use my third action to attack?
You can, yep.
Okay. We'll just use my powerful punch.
Okay.
Bam!
Let's see here. Whoa, jeez. Okay, so that is... Oh, just barely a hit. But it is a hit. And boom. Ah! This goblin is hit right in the face. Let me roll an elbow up here so we can see what these guys look like. All right, so that is it for Badon. Druk, you're up next. What are you doing?
Alrighty. I'm going to whisper it's gut check time, boys, and he's going to rise up from his crouch and sudden charge in.
Okay.
And he is going to Go right here.
Now, remember, you have to count it out. Don't use the measuring thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It should count that. But 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Oh, no, it isn't accurate. You're right. Okay. I think it'll get me right there. I'm just short.
Do you have one more action?
I do.
So you could have moved first and then used your sudden charge. You'd still get an attack off.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll end up right next to him.
Yep, sounds good.
And I'll do a flying tackle, so like athletics check.
Yeah.
Just trying to grab him and pin him down.
Okay.
I would like to re-roll that.
I would too, and nat 1. Whew.
How? You're supposed to be good at this, man.
17, so that, I believe, is versus its fortitude. Uh,
Rolled a 6. Come on.
That's actually not enough. It's not a crit failure.
Well, I don't want to roll it again because... No.
Well, you can only re-roll once with
I know.
hero points. So yeah, so you go racing in. Turns out these things are a little tougher than they look, and you go try and grapple this thing and bear it to the ground. It easily dekes out of your way. Angus, you're up next. What are you doing?
I tripped on
All
the
right.
pebble.
Striding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First stride.
Oh,
1,
does it
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second stride.
Okay.
And then pulling my sword out.
Okay. Your sword is out. Their turn. Okay. So first up, the one that is engaged with... so we'll go with Badonkadonk first here. What he is going to do... Let's see.
Surrender.
Surrender, Dorothy.
Can you imagine from their perspective, we just covered like 70 feet in like 3 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
That was probably a little intimidating.
Okay. Love it. Okay, so then, first, this thing is going to... it will reach into its bag and it tosses something at you, Badonk, that then springs out. A 25 versus your AC.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Holy crap.
So that it springs out and you are covered in this kind of like alchemical filament web. And
Oh, I don't get a chance to dodge.
nope, you were hit by this attack, so you are currently immobilized and stuck to the surface there. Okay.
Okey-dokey.
And then he is going to step back. And then he is going to... actually, that'll be it for him, because he would have had to retrieve that thing. So that's it for him. For you, Druk, same thing. They're going to try and... does a 24 hit your AC?
Well over, yes.
Well over. Okay, not a crit, though?
No.
Awesome. Okay, so you likewise are caught up in a web. Now, you're immobilized, so I'll just... I think your sheet has a condition tracker on it as well, too, so you can do that. I'll just put a little web thing on you guys so we know. The other two, let's see here. One of them...
immobilized one, or...?
I don't know if they're all... I don't think they're all tracked like that. You're either immobilized or not. Like, sickened gives you the thing. Gives you a number. Immobilized, you can't take any action with the move trait. If you're immobilized by something holding you in place, you need to succeed against the DC in order to get out. So you need to do... It's an acrobatics check to get out. Okay.
Acrobatics or fortitude? Or, oh, for this
acrobatics.
one is acrobatics? Okay.
This one is specifically acrobatics. So, alright, then we've got... Let's see here. This one will fire one of its crossbows at Angus. There's no way that hits Angus. It was wild. It'll reload and fire a second time. -5 is 23.
23 is a hit, not a crit.
Hit, not a crit. Love it. You take 10 points of damage. Nope, sorry, you take
Ouch.
13 points of damage. Forgive me.
Ouch.
Then the last one is going to fire. It'll either be Badonk or Drook. I'll go 1 is Badonk.
Well, to be the devil's advocate, he has a clear line of fire to me, and there's a goblin in his way between the donk.
Boom. Still likes Badonk.
Okay.
No, he's got a clear line of fire from the one I'm thinking of. It's got a clear line of fire to both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one.
Sorry. Okay, so then
Thought it
Badonk.
was that one.
27. Does that hit you? I think so. Yeah. So that's 9 points of damage as this crossbow goes into you, and he misses with the second one. Werbin, you've seen all this going on. Your turn. What are you doing?
First, we're going to move 5 squares to there. Get a little closer.
Yeah.
And then I think I will Ray of Frost. Maybe the one.
What's the range of Ray of Frost?
It's like 120.
That's the long range one? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple long range ones. And I will, blast the one that's already been injured, I guess, if I can do that.
You got it.
All right. Clicking on Ray of Frost. Kaboo!
Oof. It's the, no doubt the pounding rain and the wind. It just throws your aim off. That goes sailing past. I think that's it for your actions, right?
I believe so, yes.
But Onkadonk, you're up first. Or you're up next, I guess. What are you doing? It's an acrobatics
What do I
check.
have to do to break free? Acrobatics?
An action, yeah, this bit counts as an attack, though, so you just need to make an acrobatics check for me.
When it counts as my
You're out.
attack turn?
No, it counts. Escape is an attack action, so it counts towards your multi-attack penalty.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You easily, what do we see as you wiggle your way out of this thing?
I think he just does, he got hit in such a way that he can just sort of sidestep the junk.
Love it. Okay. I just need to replace these guys. Okay.
And I guess I will take a 5-foot step forward.
Yeah.
And all I can do then is have 1 attack left.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. Same guy.
Yep.
Whoa, jeez. Boom. Hit him again. Nice. All right. So then, that was Badonk. Drook, what are you doing?
Okay, so I just can't move, right? I can still pull items out and whatnot?
You are, let's see here. What Entangled
Immobilized,
does,
I thought you said immobilized.
or Immobilized, forgive me, can't take actions with the move trait. That's it.
Okay, so you probably just got my legs or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so Druk will reach back and says, okay, and he'll pull out a shield, raise it up, and then his eyes
I think that's it
flat.
then. If you're,
Well-
if you're raising your shield and retrieving your shield, those are 2 actions.
Yeah, but I have 3.
Oh, right, sorry, I thought you already did another one for some
Okay.
reason. What's your third
So,
action?
And then his eyes will flash and deactivate his rage.
Nice, okay.
So,
All right. Angus, what are you doing?
All right, I'm gonna move up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
To right there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make a strike on the one that I'm next to.
You got it. This is the one that's been injured by a Badonk a couple times. Go ahead.
Yep. Two-handed ding. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna one-hand the claymore. Because I think I'm gonna put up my shield cantrip. Nope. And then with my last action, I'm going to put up my shield cantrip.
Nice. Remind us what your shield looks like?
It's sort of a glow of blue that is around me, kind of like an aura, and the far off sound of bagpipes sort of swirls around.
Excellent. Okay. So then, let's see here. Next up is the Goblin Patrol. So, one of the other ones reaches in his pouch and tosses that thing out. 21 versus AC for Angus.
For Angus, oh man, that's just a hit.
You are now trapped
usually
in
mine
that
too,
stuff.
Yeah. Does shield give you that 21 or? Well, did shield give you an armor bonus?
Shield gives me a +1 armor bonus, but that's still a hit.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you are covered in this stuff. Then it moves back another step. The one engaged with you, Badonk, is going to take a couple steps back and then fire his crossbow at you. 20 on the nose. Does that hit?
Nope.
Nice. Fires past you. The one standing next to him, the goblin that goes back says, "Get him down! Goo him! Goo him!" So he's going to toss his thing at you. 30. So, Badonk, you are once again covered in that goo.
Yep.
Okay. And then that one fired on Angus. Okay, and then the one next to him, he's gone. He's fired. One hand to do that, one to do that. Actually, you can still fire at you again, Badonk. Shit, that's a 30. That's not 10 more than your AC, is it?
No.
Nice. Okay. Badonk, you take 9 more damage from the crossbow. And then the one that's facing over here looks at Druk, and a 19 versus AC.
Does not hit.
Nice. Okay. Hits your shield. What's your AC right now?
23 with a shield.
22 the shield. Nice. Okay, so this bolt lands in there, and he reloads, and then fires the second one, -5. How about a 22?
22 does not hit.
Nice.
23.
Shield as well. Excellent. Your AC doesn't go down because of rage, does it?
It does. No, you're right. 22 hit.
Okay.
But I'll use the shield to like absorb the blow. Shield block reaction.
You can only use shield to interrupt with melee. I don't think you can do it with ranged. Check what shield block says. Someone click on their shield block thing.
It says a blow. It doesn't say melee.
Let me take a look.
I clicked it.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, maybe it can. Okay. For some reason I thought it was only melee. I don't know why I thought that. Why did I think that? Maybe I'm thinking of another game. It doesn't really matter for the purpose of this. I'll roll damage. Okay, let's see here. So the damage is 9 points of damage.
Okay, and what is my shield hardness?
It's usually on 5, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Hardness? No, it's 3 because I don't have upgraded magic items yet.
Okay, so 3. That means both you and the shield take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. And then it is Werbin's turn. What are you doing, Werby Werb?
All right, Werbin's gonna move another 5 closer, and maybe it's time to heal some people.
Okay.
Yeah, but could use it.
Okay, so you got 2 more actions, Werb. That was one of yours.
All right,
He's within your range touch if you do 2 action heal.
That's right. Let's do that. Boop.
Boom.
All right.
Werby Werb, or sorry, with Badonk, you take heal 12 points of damage.
Back to where I was, almost.
Excellent. Okay, then speaking of Badonk, you're up next. What are you doing?
Well, make a athletics check to see if I can
Get out.
stick myself.
Okay.
Athletics, right?
Yes.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics, not athletics.
Oh, sorry, acrobatics.
Whoa!
Okay.
Jeez.
Take a step, 2 steps.
You know what? So I will. Here's what I'll say. It takes your action, but because you got a critical success, it doesn't count as an attack. You won't suffer a multi-attack penalty on your next attack.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that'll be your critical effect. Okay, so that was 1 action to get out, then you got 2 more left. What are you doing?
I'm gonna move, but I'm gonna kind of swing around to here.
Okay.
Like, kind of the long way, so I'm cutting some of these guys off from hitting me.
Sure.
And attack this guy.
Go ahead.
I'm adjusting my character's hit points because he actually had 6 from raging. So.
Okay, yeah.
I gotta quit that.
Okay. 8. Oh, that's not quite enough. Oh, wait, hold on. No, just under. Oof. So you swing, but this guy, they clearly are no, they've been to a combat situation before. Hey, where you going, guy? What are you doing? Come on. You're a goblin. What are you working with them for? Drook, what are you doing?
Druk, eyes flashes. He tried to just rips his leg free of the goo with acrobatics.
Okay.
Can I hero point that?
You can, absolutely.
Because hero nav needs to start rolling 5s and less for me. I mean.
Yes, you are out.
Okay.
Nice.
So
That was one action. You two more.
I'm gonna activate sudden charge again. No.
Can't. I don't need the space to do it, do you?
I 10 feet is all I
Okay.
need, but
I guess it depends who you go to.
no, I'm just gonna get in this guy's face and
Okay.
Just-
So you will take a multi-attack penalty because this.
yeah.
Yeah. But go ahead.
So this will be at a -5. He's gonna try and grab him again.
Okay. Go ahead. That does. Yes, you got your hands on him now.
And he starts squeezing because it's his shield in one arm, and he hasn't drawn another weapon. So he
Yeah.
just
I mean, you
grabs
can't.
him.
That's a great narrative flair.
Yeah.
Doesn't do any damage though. So,
Not yet, I know.
yeah, but you got him. In champions though, you could have done damage. All right. Angus, what are you
I
doing?
want him to stop shooting me.
Okay. Acrobatics check to get out.
Yep.
Do. Is that enough?
That
I
is
did it with-
not
No.
enough. No.
Oh no.
Okay. Well then,
The wizard. Shoot him.
I guess I'm going. Does it? Okay, so I definitely spend one action to maintain my shield, and I've spent one action to attempt. So I might as well.
You could try again with a multi-attack penalty. It's just that you take -5 to the
Yeah.
next
Why don't I
acrobatics
just
check.
do that?
Yeah. Okay. So it's be -5 to this. Oh, so close. Shit, that would have been. Yeah. Okay. So no, you're just not able to get yourself free here.
Nope.
All right. So then the patrol's turn. All right. So we got one with Badonk right now. He will spend an action to draw this short sword out, and he says, you want to be with them, do you? Take this! And he swings at you, and now I get to take out my critical fumble deck, because I just rolled a fucking nat 1 in this attack.
About time.
So let's see what happens here. Sorry, I should have set these out beforehand instead of constantly making you wait. Guys, what he gets is this is a melee. Sorry, you hit an ally adjacent to you. So I think he pulls he's kind of like in the rain, it's kind of stuck, so he and pulls the sword out and then slashes the guy behind him. Jeff, would you kindly give me 1d8 plus 6 damage?
+6, did you say?
1d8 plus 6, yeah.
Ugh. Well, still.
Okay, and the guy next to him kind of like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then that was his first attack. He does have one more he can try, so he will try and get you. Sorry, pal. A 15 does not hit you, so he swings, and you're able to easily keep your distance from him. Next to you, Angus. This guy kind of cackles. Sit and duck, big guy. And he misses. Reloads. Fires a second time. A 21 versus your AC.
Is a hit. So I'm gonna interpose my. Well, let me hear the damage.
Yeah. Well, no. Remember, you got to choose to whether you interpose it
Oh,
before.
well then I'm gonna interpose the shield right now.
Yeah. Okay. So then, damage is 12. So that was a good call.
All right. So I'm gonna take 2.
Okay. Hey, that's cheating, he says. Drook, let's see here. You got the guy who's you're grappling. He is going to try and escape.
Yeah, I looked up the condition. He's grabbed, so that's what that is.
Yeah.
And it's against my 4 DC. I think he needs to make to escape, which is 10. So.
Which is, I'm sorry, say again?
To escape the grapple, he's got to make a check against my fort.
Your fort's what, plus?
Plus 10.
Your fort's plus 10?
Yeah, I got an expert in it.
Oh,
So
nice. Okay, so it's
level druid.
20, so he needs a DC 20. All right, so let's see here. Oop.
Fail, goblin. You're mine.
That is, he's not out, but he will then draw a weapon, and he's going to stab you.
That's a manipulated action, right?
Yes, it is.
You have to roll a flat 5 check or fail.
He makes it.
Okay. Well, it helps.
And you know what rules lowering gets you?
20.
Not 20! On the attack roll. Oh, man. Okay. That is not rules lowering. That is making good use of your ability, so forgive me. All right, so you take 14 points of damage.
I'm going to rip his head off.
And I need you to give me a fortitude save, please.
Did he poison it? You dirty goblin, you.
Just barely. He stabs
Roll
you.
20's not let me roll very high.
Okay. Then we've got one other one there. And I think of the available targets, you are definitely the more fearsome one, Druk.
Put the goblin in front of me.
That is a 22 versus AC.
I have my shield, but I didn't ready it, so that hits.
13.
13 damage?
13 damage.
Jeez. I need heals. Help me.
Okay, and then his second, he reloads, second attack, 21.
That's on the nose.
Ugh. You take 11 points of damage.
Well, I'm not dead.
All right, and I believe that is all of our goblin heroes here. Warbin, you're up next. What are you doing?
All right.
We
We're
got pin cushioned and stabbed and...
We're gonna move another 5 closer, and boy, these guys are taking a while to take down, aren't they? How's everyone's health doing? Oh,
Because of the locking
Third
down.
round. So we can't do
You
anything.
can see everyone's health bars, can't you, Steve?
Yeah, it was a little
Oh, sure.
scoped out a little bit. Okay, well, it looks like who is that?
Druk is really badly hurt. Angus
Alright.
is less than half.
Okay, well, let's oh, maybe I should do a bit of a mass heal kind of thing.
That will hit the goblins as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't want that. Okay, then I will distance heal Druk.
Okay.
All right,
Many thanks.
there
Okay.
you go.
I'll probably take one more hit before I go down.
15.
Thank
Nice.
you.
15 back.
While I'm raging, I can't cast spells, so I can't heal myself.
Oh, shit. All right. Badonk, you're up next.
Okay, I can finally take one of my stances.
Nice.
Let's see. He takes the. I guess I'll take the dragon stance.
Okay. Yeah.
So attack.
There we go. Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, that is a big, big hit. Boom.
And
Ah!
then I can do a second attack.
Stand still. Yep. Oof.
Ooh.
Even with the minus
penalty,
5,
it's a
that's a
hit.
hit.
Nice.
Okay.
Damn. Kick his butt. Take it
Ugh,
down.
ugh. Ugh. He did not care for that. Badonk, that's it for you?
That's it for me.
Druk, what are you doing?
Druk is going to maintain his hold on him, and if I hope I get a critical success and restrain this guy, because he's a pain.
Okay. 19 is actually not even a success.
To grab him?
Yep.
It's against his fort.
Yep. I'm
Oh,
aware
wow.
how the game works, John. So.
Okay, that sucks. Well, then I'm just going to hit him as much as I can until he dies.
Okay.
I'll punch him in the face.
Okay, go ahead.
This is at a -5, it's not calculated.
It is, yeah. Okay, so 17 is unfortunately a miss.
Okay, then at that point, he's just going to raise his shield and hunker down. Shield, raise my shield.
Okay. I'm not. If the guy you're grabbing, I can't foresee how you could possibly use the shield against him.
No, that's fine. It's
okay,
against
yeah.
the other guy. I only
Okay.
need one arm to grab the guy. So.
Okay. It's not so much that. It's if this thing attacks you again, I'm just going to say you can't interpose your shield against him.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right, Angus, you're up. What are you doing?
All right, so I'm gonna use as a verbal thing the physical boost
Nice.
to get a +2 on my acrobatics roll.
Okay. You're out.
7.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so 2 actions. You are no longer. Whew. What are you doing next?
I guess I'm just gonna step up and get into close combat with this guy.
Okay. All right, so then it is the Goblin Patrol's turn. All right, so let's go reverse order here. So first up, Druk, the guy who is grappling with you, is going to try and get out.
Okay.
He fails again, can't get out. But he has his sword out now, so he'll try and stab you. You know what? I will let you interpose on it. I'm picturing like how you're sort of racing around. You're keeping an eye on him anyway, so you... Yeah, I've
Well,
changed
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Trying to break free is an attack action, right? You said that earlier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if he hit me or not. You didn't tell me, so.
No, I did tell you. You were busy trying to correct on rules. So
No, I was asking for my benefit.
Okay.
If I ever get grappled.
Yeah, no, it is. Escaping is always like that's how why the other guys and yourself have you're taking a multi-attack penalty on your next attack is because escaping is an attack action.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
Next, he misses with his dagger or his short sword.
Okay.
And then last one's -10. He's gonna try and get out again.
Okay.
Nope. Okay, so he just can't get free of your mighty grasp. The other one fires his crossbow. 16's
This is what I
not
was
gonna
worried
hit.
about. Yeah.
And then he reloads and fires a second time. Does not hit either.
Okay.
So you were, yeah, luck is turning in your favor here. Angus,
I need it.
the guy drops his crossbow. He draws his sword, and then he tries to slash you with it. Does a 20 hit your AC?
It does. It does.
It does. It does. I need a Fortitude save from you, please.
All right.
You take 13 points of damage.
Oh.
You have your
That's
shield.
not
Oh, your
good.
shield's gone, right?
My shield's gone because I already
And
used
Fortitude
it.
is not good enough. Okay.
You said 13 points of damage?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
And you're going to take some poison damage here as well.
Uh-oh.
You take 6 poison damage.
All right, that's me down.
Okay. And you're flat-footed. So, there's that. All right. Then it is the one with Badonk. Let's see here. Badonkadonk. Does a 25 hit you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So he stabs you. I need a Fortitude save from you, please. You only take 7 points of damage. Oh, kill the Fortitude save. Yeah, so no worry. Whatever may be on this thing is not going to affect you. Second attack, 21. Is that a miss?
Yep, that's a miss.
It's a miss. And then the final attack, yeah, there's no way that hits. All right, so I think I've gone with all of our patrol here. That means, oh, Steve. Steve, you there? Can you hear us?
And he walked away.
Cannot. Walked away. Okay, he is in the salle de bain. We'll let him come back afterwards. Badonkadonk, you're up next. Oh, Steve's back.
He's running back with his drink.
Closing the door.
Priorities. You gotta keep hydrated. Okay, sorry, Steve. Your turn. What are you doing, bud?
All right, so
Angus is down.
Angus needs a little loving. All right, let's go help him out.
Now, have
here.
you tapped into your second level spells yet?
Nope.
Remember, you could cast heal as a second level spell.
Yep. And yeah, and get double, right? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, Angus needs some help, so let's do that. All right, I like the idea. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. Do a little bit of healing, and come on, kablam!
20 hit points back.
Woo! There you go.
So exciting.
Okay. So, Angus, you're down for a second. Go. Oh yeah, hold on. You're actually Angus. You are just. Oh no, you're in the right place because you're just before them. Okay. So Warby Orb is gone. Badonkadonk, what are you doing?
These guys are tough.
Yeah.
It's been tough. They've locked you down for like they've kept your frontline fighters out for like 2 rounds as well.
Dragon Tail first round.
Go. Bam! Yeah, that nails him. He staggers back. Ooh.
And second attack.
Even with the -5 for second attack. Oh, -4 because it is agile. So, what does it look like as you take this guy down?
These are just like sweeping leg kicks. He just using his sort of acrobatics to kick the beat out from under this guy and finish him off.
He's down on the ground. You stomp on him and scritch your foot on his head. But you're a goblin. That was only 2 actions. You still have 1 more.
I'll take a 5-foot step this way, like that.
I can put him to the back if you want to move over his body.
No, that's okay. I don't want to actually.
Okay, yeah. Druk, what are you doing?
Question: if I keep a hold of him, can I reposition myself around him?
Can you which? Sorry.
Can I reposition him if I beat his?
That is a drag.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh boy. I don't think there's a specific. Effectively it'll be like a bull rush.
Yeah, I know I have a hold of him and he's tiny, and I just want to move him.
Yeah, so I would rule that hold on your.
It's like an athletics
shove.
check.
I'll use the rules for shove. So give us athletics check against fortitude.
Okay, that's what he's gonna do.
Yep. 17 is he's throwing his whole weight down, so you try and move him and you just can't get him to move.
Try again.
Okay, so -5.
Come on, roll 20.
17 again.
Okay, then I'm gonna just raise my shield and hunker down again.
Okay. Angus, what are you doing?
All right, let's do 1 magic
goblin.
weapon on my sword. And
Okay.
then as a reaction, let's do...
So because it's transmutation, you now do an extra dice on top of that dice because of your feat if you're doing the reaction, right?
Yep, I'm doing the reaction bespell weapon, so
Okay.
and then I'm making an attack on the one that's next to me, and this is 2-handed, so it's using the bonus damage. And then I get to roll an extra d6 on top of this if it hits. Fuck. Oh, that would have been...
Guys, what time is it?
Shoot strike. It's break time.
It's 10 o'clock. I think that means an hour, a hero point. Let's re-roll
I would agree with that. Everyone gets a hero point.
Hey.
I
right.
like that.
Nat
Yeah.
20!
Ooh.
Holy shit! Well, I'm glad that I got my critical hit deck out. So, holy smokes.
Is that counting your extra d6 of damage, Angus?
It is
So-
not.
and it's
Yeah.
also not because, so
25.
it's actually the 21 doubled because I'm using it 2-handed.
Oh no.
2-handed,
Yeah.
the bonus, yep. The additional damage is calculating my
So
2-handed damage. So
it's
it's
41, 42 damage plus 8 is 50. So
Yep.
you go racing forward, having been. I'm not even going to bother drawing a crit card because you're going to kill this guy right now. What does it look like as you lop this guy's head off?
So I let out just like a complete, a berserker roar as I stand back up, and then one wicked strike, and the head kind of pops off and goes rolling backwards.
Why is Angus a better barbarian than me?
Okay.
Well, Angus only has 36 hit points, so...
All right. Then it is the goblin's turn. All right, so the patrol, the one with you, Druk, is kind of sick of trying to escape, and you being dragging him around. He's going to stab you. 29.
Shield.
Okay. You take, let's see here. That's 10 points of damage.
Okay, so -3, so I take 7.
Yeah, and the shield takes, your shield's taking 13. Is it broken?
It is.
Okay. And then his second attack is going to try and stab again. That's 24.
That hits even with my shield.
Well, your shield's not protecting you
Well, I
anymore.
know.
'cause-
I mean, even with my shield.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you, oh god, 14 points of damage. Oh, I need
That put.
fort saves from you as well, too, please.
Okay, so that would normally put me under, but I'm using Orc Ferocity and standing.
Okay.
So-
Give me a fort save. I need 2 from you. Oh, that one's a fail.
I'm gonna hero point that one
Okay.
because I don't accept that.
Here we go. Not good enough.
And then the second one's a 17.
Okay, so the first one is only 2 points of poison damage. That wouldn't have put
Okay.
you below for the first one, right?
No, it
Okay,
wouldn't
great.
have. No.
So in the second one, it it's only 1 point of poison damage, and you are flat-footed.
Okay. So that puts, with my orc ferocity, I'm still standing, right?
That all would have taken you below. You would have taken all that at the same time. Then your orc ferocity would have triggered.
Yeah.
So you're still up, but there is another one to go. Although I think he's focusing on the wizard who just cut the head off his buddy in one shot.
Can you use? Isn't orc ferocity a reaction?
It's a reaction. Yeah.
Yeah, but you blocked already.
I did it. Oh, I did. No, I'm down.
You're down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm in dying 2 then.
Okay.
But you still have your hero
No,
point.
you're only at dying 1 because you wouldn't have used the orc ferocity. The orc ferocity is what puts you up, and then that's why you go down as dying 2. You didn't have the reaction available to be able to do that.
Okay,
And you
so-
still have your hero point because you couldn't.
No, I spent it.
You spend it on fort saves.
Yeah, fort saves. Okay. The last one fires at Angus. 16. I don't think hits.
Not a hit.
Second hit.
It's a nat 20.
It's a nat 20. I'll stop.
Yep.
So we're putting the toxic green dice that has been treating you guys well into the fuck off bin. Because it's not treating you well any longer. So 12 plus 6, 18 points of damage.
Jeez.
Ooh, that's nasty, but I'm still up.
Oh, no, you're not. The critical hit effect.
Oh,
Just
what's the critical?
see, I'm
I
not.
can't read it.
Hit target is knocked prone.
Oh,
Oh.
So your phrasing was pretty fortunate. I think it just throws you so off balance with that hit that you fall prone. However, you're gonna have a AC boost against the next attack because oh no, he's out of attacks because he missed you with the first one. All right, that's it. The other ones are dead, guys. So we are off to Werby Werb. Werb now. Drook has just gone down now.
Good news is once I get up, I can cast spells again.
Yeah.
All right, and then of course there's Angus is not looking so good either. Well, I guess let's get Drook on his feet. Time to cast another 2nd level heal.
Here it comes.
Boom! All right.
26 hit points.
I love you, Warbin. You're my
Dinah.
best friend.
Warbin, you still have one more action if you like.
Right. With a single action, I can do what? Move.
Single action.
Draw a
heal,
weapon.
Or...
Move.
Is there? I could do a single action heal, couldn't I?
Pick your nose.
Pick
Yeah.
my nose.
Yeah.
I always do that. All right. Let's do a single action heal. All right. Here we go. Then I'm out of 1st level spells. All right.
Here we go.
Boom. Ooh, 5. Ew.
Hey, Angus.
5 to Angus. Nice.
All right.
Okay, then it is Badonkadonk, Fist of
Get him, Badonk.
Fury. What are you doing?
Yeah, move in on this son of a gun who's not hurt
Badonk,
yet.
if you
Okay.
want to take the long way around, we might be able to flank him.
Oh, like if I move in right there. Or even right here, you're saying.
Or even right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Badonk does this like kind of run up the side of the hangar and then leaps
Crossbow,
down.
yeah. And
Yeah.
drops down. Oh my god.
You guys
Followed
point.
by a nat 1.
You're sitting on quite a few hero points. You want to
Yeah,
hero
let's
point that sucker? I mean, I'd love to make use of my fumble deck, but oh, you guys take away all my fun.
Wow.
So that is not a good hit. So you still have one more attack or one more action at least.
Yeah, I'll make another attack.
Oh,
There
we go.
Nat 20 again. Holy shit. Okay, so this one is...
That's 24 critical damage.
Whew.
Holy shit.
so let's see if this thing's actually still alive. So critical damage is 24. He's still alive, but the critical effect... target drops one weapon it's wielding. So its crossbow goes flying away from it, hits the ground. And I think, like, in the sequence of this, what we would see in the fiction is, or in the movie version of, is this, he's been firing away on this crossbow, and then he takes careful aim, hits the wizard that decapitated the guy. Wizard spins around, hits the ground, and he's like, ha ha ha, reloads. Badonk kind of does a looks back one way, looks the other way, runs up the wall, lands, and then boom, hits this guy in the back of the head, and his arm flies out. That deadly crossbow of his goes flying away. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Drook, your rage
so-
has faded, but your anger remains. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
So he's eyes snap open. He sees a goblin luring over him. He starts getting mad. Looks over at Angus, like, Angus. Here's a touch heal for you.
Okay.
26. 26 back
what?
to you. Angus, you heal 26.
If it's touch, you...
I'm doing
Oh, the
range.
2-action one. Okay,
Yeah,
love it,
yeah.
love it. This guy does not have a reaction.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
So Angus, you heal.
Good call.
And
All
then
right.
Druke's eyes snap open because he's got 1 action left, and he's gonna dick punch this guy right above him. Just
Nice.
unarmed, right above him.
Dice, go ahead.
So, you bastard. Oh,
Ooh.
God.
1! No!
Okay.
You don't have any hero points left, right?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Go, pick your card. Pick your card. I'm glad that
it turns out, pinprick.
he's got a cod piece on it.
You
doesn't he?
take 1 persistent bleed damage. Turns out it partially healed you, but then you swing at this guy, and there's a tear. And, there's a tear right in your side that rips open, and you're beginning to bleed at 1 round per... 1
Okay,
point per round.
I nicked 1 off me.
Oh,
so.
God. Angus, you're up next here. You're...
So I went prone, but not unconscious. So did I drop my sword when I went prone?
You did not, no.
Okay. So then I'm gonna stand back up.
Yep.
And I'm gonna walk over here.
Yep.
And I'm gonna try to smack this one.
Sounds good. Magic weapon. Whoa. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a hit. So... Oh, hold on, it was a 2-handed though, right?
Two-handed.
2-handed. Wow, that is a huge, huge hit on him. Check this out. Ready? Boom!
Ooh.
Oh, God. So he's hit from the back. He staggers forward. He turns backwards to see the badonk. You rake across his back with this upward slash. And then I think it's the goblin's turn. All right, now here's what I need you guys to do. We've been fighting for, I believe, 4 rounds. Who is feeling lucky?
I am.
Give us a d20 roll, please.
Can't roll low forever.
Nice!
That's why I felt lucky.
So he screams out, "Ah! Help! Help!" No one hears it. Okay. So that was, I'm going to make that one of his actions. He is then going to draw his sword, and... Let's see here, did I... Oh, no, that's just affiliate pain. I think. I'll just roll here, guys. Evens is Badonk, odds is Angus. Evens is Badonk. So the fellow goblin, he's like, "You traitor! You traitor! Fighting with them!" I just rolled a 1.
About time.
He
Persistent
takes
bleed damage.
1d6 persistent bleed damage. Give me a d6 roll. He actually might bleed out right now.
I'll roll the d6. I'm feeling lucky.
5. Wow.
5.
Okay, so
Nice.
he has completely, tears open more of the wound. He's bleeding from the back now. And I think... Oh, gosh. He's not going to take the persistence until the start of his turn, but he will take an action to try and stem it. Because it's just a flat check. So he is...
Wasn't that? Because drew his sword, attack is the crit miss, and the shout
move.
is the 3rd action, right?
Oh, yeah, he's out of
Or
action.
3
That's right.
actions?
No, he's bleeding.
Yeah, so he can't stem it.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
and then the one with Druk, we got 3 actions.
I'm going down, guys.
He's gonna stab you for sure. Oh my god.
Stop rolling crits.
I'm so sorry. All
Good thing to
right.
have Orc
I
Ferocity
have
left.
some
I didn't
loaded
get to use it.
bad dice for Christmas.
I did switch out the dice too to try and prevent the this recurrence. That is 25 points of damage.
Okay, so he sinks it deep into Drook's chest and twists it, and he starts gurgling. He draws the knife out, and Drook is still glaring at him because I get to use Orc
Yes,
Ferocity
you
now.
do. Nice. Although that means if you go down again, you're at dying 3.
I pretend to be dead though, so I'm at 1 hit point.
You're at 1 hit point. Well, no, because I need you to give me a fortitude save.
Aren't I already poisoned?
No, because it's the poison damage you can still take.
Oh dang it. Okay. Come on, Drook.
There you go.
Don't I take that in conjunction with a stab though?
You do take it in conjunction with the stab, yes.
So Orc Ferocity would have helped.
Yeah,
either
so
way.
your ferocity would trigger. Really, it's a moot point as how much damage you took.
Okay.
All right, so that's 1 on you, and then he's going to try and stab Angus. That does not hit. And then his 3rd action will be, I guess. Oh, you know what? To get some distance here.
Oh, if I was still raging, I could follow him.
Oh, you know what? He's gonna start booking. Yeah. Fuck it. He'll go for help.
I know I'm asking a
Wait,
lot
how
of
far
questions,
can he
but
move?
I'm still
Easy
trying to learn
count.
all the rules, so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Goblins?
What is this thing? Yeah.
25, right?
There you go. 25. There we go. All right. Now, Werby Werb, your turn.
All right, Werby Werb is
Who says
going
kill
to
him. I'm okay.
kill him.
Kill
All right,
him.
Ray of Frost, this bugger.
Here it
we
comes.
go. Booyah.
Oh, who are you hitting? The one who's running?
Oh, the one, no, the one who's
I was pointing at the one running.
What is running?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. Unless you want me to finish off the other, but I guess we don't need to do it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll hit the guy who's running.
I got major beef with that guy. Kill
Okay.
him.
All right.
He's tagged. All right. Werben, you still have one more action.
I'm good.
Okay. Badonkadonk, what are you doing?
Well, finish this piece of crap off, hopefully. Come
Oh,
on.
God.
Oh,
Oh.
freaky.
And it's actually just enough to take him down, too.
Oh, thank
So,
goodness.
Get
boom.
the other guy. You got it.
And he goes
He's
down.
running away, the other guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, chase him down.
Faster than he is.
Yeah, you're faster than him.
So catch up and attack him. Or can I grapple him?
You can try, yeah. It's an athletics check. Versus his
Athletics.
fortitude, so it's 10 plus his fortitude.
Come on, big money.
So, -5 because it's a multi-attack. That is not good enough. He's, you kind of are grabbing onto his that azure-colored tabard, but it's ripping behind you. Druk, what are you doing?
Second level heal spell on myself. Two action.
Okay.
And then I'll
Nice.
take the persistent bleed. So 25.
Okay.
Okay. And then I got one action left up. He's gonna stand up and just feel bad about himself.
Feel bad.
Ow!
Okay. Angus, what are you doing?
I am racing after the goblins. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with fleet.
Yeah.
And then I get to make an attack.
Okay. Boom. Oh my goodness.
Terrible damage,
yeah,
but that's okay.
That's not great damage. Okay.
And then I get to make one more attack.
You do. Go ahead.
Crit.
Crit. Nice. It is going around tonight. Yeah, that is definitely enough. What does it look like on your backswing as you take this guy down?
Oh, so one strike, I went for his legs with the first one to slow him down, and that knocked him over. So then I just executioner style finish him off.
Love it. Okay. So then, guys, what we'll take our break in a moment here, but I do want to tell you what is on. So in addition to the, they unfortunately all use their like entrapping stuff. And let's see here, bleed.
Since I healed myself, does that bleed go away?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna
Okay.
check. I can't remember how bleeding works. It's been so.
Bleed damage. Here we go.
452. Like we've been when we were playing this twice a week, it was all the rules were fresh in my mind. It's just been a while. 2 physical. Okay, I do not see.
It says a special kind of damage, but isn't saying
Yeah,
anything
it's
else.
persistent effect, and let's see here. Persistent. Oh my goodness.
I'm eventually going to be running a Pathfinder 2 game, so I'm trying to learn all the damage.
For sure, yeah. 621. There we go.
Recovery. Blood clot to the lag. The DM determines when this occurs, but usually takes 1 minute.
So, assisted recovery. You can take steps to help yourself recover from persistent damage. So,
Oh,
roll
Healing
a
with sword.
15. Yeah, it's 15 flat check, and I can reduce it. Give me a D flat, just a D20. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just until you roll enough, you'll take 1 point of damage. So it's 1. Go ahead again. 2. Go ahead. There you go. So you took 2 more damage, and then you were able to staunch the bleeding.
Okay.
Okay. Now, on these things, you do find something else. In addition to that alchemical entrapment stuff, which is, unfortunately, they used up their copies, you do find on each of them a level 1 antidote, which gives you +2 to your fort saves against poisons for 6 hours. There are 4 of them.
Okay. I'm taking notes.
And you find a first level elixir of life on each of them. Each one restores 1d6 hit points and gives you +1 bonus versus disease and poisons for 10 minutes.
Okay. So I'll restock my one that I used on Angus earlier.
Okay.
And then I think we all can get one,
and this
right?
is an elixir. Remember, it's elixir of life, not a potion of healing.
Yep. I have it on my character sheet.
Okay.
Can we take their crossbows? Do those what type of weapons do those count as? Advanced or martial?
Those are. Let's see here. It's just a heavy crossbow.
Okay. Well, then I would like to take a crossbow.
Sure.
Me too.
So crossbow would. They're actually fairly heavy, and they've got the reload quality. Well, actually, during our break, I'll let you guys add that to your.
Yeah, I
sheets.
can add it myself.
Yeah, I'll let you guys look it up. So cool. Let's take our. What do you call it? Let's take a break now. Emmy needs her meds.
Yep.
And I need to refill my tea. Cool. Then we'll talk about what's going to happen next in take 5 minutes or thereabouts. Let's see. Do I have our? Let's put this down. Intermission music up. Lightning down. Back shortly.
D10 damage, 120 feet. Range, bulk of 2.
I like our halftime music.
Does a little bit more damage than my longbow. Kind of tempted to take like a barbarian dedication to get more hit points. Spooky. I need level appropriate gear. Is the dog going to get a crossbow?
I mean, that's tough. I'm not sure that I'd use it.
Your dex is pretty high though, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's not bad.
Well, now roll 20 to let me roll higher than a 10. You saying something, Angus? I think you're muted. Harlan?
Whoops, I was muted. On John, on your sheet, does it look like they fucked up the placement of the boxes on the range strikes?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, mine too.
Yeah, because the damage is like going off the edge instead of wrapping
Yep.
down. Yeah.
Yep, instead of being on the lower, which I thought that I put in something wrong for a second.
Yeah. These guys must have been really trained with those crossbows to get extra damage. I need to find like a level appropriate animal, kill it, skin it, and make better armor.
Yellow. All right. Whoa, active chat tonight. Holy smokes. Hey, guys.
I was in there a little bit earlier, but I lost track when I was almost getting killed.
Yeah, there are people talking about Pathfinder 2 and buying into games and all that.
Nice.
I think they're excited that we're playing Pathfinder 2 again.
Nice.
Some people like their games. What can we say?
Why? Oh, Mal, that's interesting. He said, why does no one mention Palladium Fantasy? Yeah,
Never heard of it.
Palladium is Palladium is published by Palladium Studios, Palladium Games. They were they're a game studio that published like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness in the 80s, and the Robotech role-playing game, the first one, and Ninjas and Super Spies and Heroes Unlimited, and the Palladium Fantasy game. And they had their own take on like the D20 system, effectively before there was a D20 system. And they had a really a much more back and forth combat system. But then they developed into something called Rifts, and Rifts is the like kitchen sink role-playing game. It's crazy. The trouble is that it's not balanced even remotely. Like, things are all over the place. You had insanely powerful characters versus other characters that really couldn't do as much. The combat system is really unclear how it's supposed to actually play. And like a lot of old school games are like that. So it's D&D, AD&D is like that. There are certain things that are listed in the player's handbook for AD&D that aren't explained in the DMG. So, like spell speed. But I don't know. It's got a weird following. One of the problems is that the Palladium system itself is proprietary, and Palladium Games has always been really litigious about people who infringe on their territories or try and convert their material over to something else. It was a big deal a couple of years back when Savage Worlds, Pinnacle was allowed to develop a Savage Worlds version of Rifts. So, but I don't know why it doesn't have more of a following. Even if they're just going to play Palladium as written, I don't know why. I enjoyed it a lot when I was a kid. It was a cool alternative to D&D. I played it alongside those things, and it had a lot more character races you could play too. Like one of the source books, Monsters and Animals, had a shit ton of other races you could play. So I don't know. You've now piqued my interest. Mode, what's shaking? Brian, hello. I think I've got everyone here. I believe.
David says after some shenanigans I've been watching, none of them should feel lucky.
Yeah, it's true. And thanks, Mal. Yeah, the all the ambient music and sounds and whatnot. Well, the sounds are from something else, but the ambient music is by Kevin Crawford. It's the guy who publishes open source music for people to use and stuff, and he's incredibly prolific, and I love the stuff that's embedded into Roll20. It's really great.
Nice.
Okay, so let's. Oh, we're waiting for Steve to get back. I'll turn it down. I'll get our creepy music back up though. Interloper.
But from a DM perspective, just interesting in learning how these fights work out. What kind of challenging was that? Was it supposed to be a?
I am not the best to ask all this stuff because I'll fudge stuff in the midst of things. Like it's not a board game; it's a role-playing game. So I don't run that stuff. I didn't really set. This is a moderate encounter, though. It's just
okay. That's kind of what I was going at. So what happened was basically what could happen, and maybe luck was against us. So
it worked out. It was a wide open area where they could all. Forgive me for talking with my mouth full, guys. I know it's rude. The fact that they were able to lock down your frontline fighters and start like getting some early lucky shots off on you guys did not do you any favors.
No, I was feeling a little outclassed there for a second. It's like I should be able to crush these guys. What's going on? And then 6. Come on, Roll20. Come on. Oh well. That's okay. It's fun.
Well, even like Angus not getting his big burst damage off to start, and Badonk not be able to get into his full flurry. You know, that was a downside because he can flurry as what is it? Is it one action or 2 actions to flurry, Jeff?
I think it's just one as a flurry.
Yeah, 1 and 2 attacks.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my plan with Druk was I was going to run in and tackle the guy to get him in a grip, and then use one arm to get his shield out, and then next turn I was going to grab him, move him up 5 feet, and pull out his scimitar. And then the scimitar and the falchion are interesting is if you attack twice in 2 different targets, the first one takes like a d6 plus strength, and the next one is 2d6 plus strength. So he was going to start whacking him with using him as a shield, but it didn't pan out that way. It did not.
Well, you know what they say. No plan survives first contact with the players.
Yeah.
Or Roll20's dice system. Oh well.
All right. So, I'm clear.
I think I'm gonna start walking around with my scimitar drawn. How's that? Yeah, not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. Okay. So, where you guys are right now is right here. At,
Oh, mechanical question.
of course.
My shield's broken, right?
Yes.
I have mending. I can repair that, right? Over time.
How much
Mending,
damage?
unless you cast it up, I think it only works on low bulk items.
Yeah, and see, my shield is bulk 1, and mending is that.
Yeah, non-magical object of light bulk or less.
Oh, so I can't repair shields with it? Oh,
Gotta take points in crafting, bud.
I'm going to have to. 5th level's coming up.
Okay. Listen to these optimistic players thinking they're going to make 5th level. That's great.
Angus, you want to fix it for me?
I think we need to keep moving before we stop.
Oh yeah, no,
and-
totally. I'm
yeah.
not going to fix it yet.
Well, so where you guys are, let's take a look at what everyone's... Take stock of our assets right now. How banged up is everybody?
I'm at half health with only 1 second level spell left.
Yeah, and I'm at half health too, or less.
I'm at full health with 1 second level spell left.
Let's hide the bodies.
Yeah. I'm strong enough I can pick like 2 of them up and drag them, right?
We at least make a decent effort to hide the bodies.
Well, guys, you are in a flying city. There's one obvious way of disposing of the bodies here.
Yeah, hell yeah, over the side. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's kind of the murder on a cruise ship kind of situation you find yourself in.
Absolutely, I think we go for it because
Okay.
nothing alerts to the presence of trouble like 4 dead bodies.
Why don't we do this? I think for the next 10 minutes, Druk, you're going to take lead here again, and once you stealth yourselves over to the side of the on the top there, just past the tumbling fields.
I'm wondering if it's just me and the donk, because we got really good stealth. We could probably dispose of
The others are still going to have to do something for 10 minutes, and I'm thinking they're hiding. So if you want to leave them behind to be used only their stealth.
Well, they might as well come with us because they are humans and these are goblin bodies. And
Well,
we're goblins.
Angus can heal and Warbin can heal. They have the treat wounds thing, so they can do 10 minutes of that.
Then that means they're not hiding,
Oh,
right? Because that's a downtime activity.
Yeah.
okay. Let's just take it with us then.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys make your way over to the side. Who wants
So
to
I'll roll
for
the stealth.
Yeah, Angus, because he's got the lowest. Oh,
Oh.
10.
Now,
Nothing we can do about it.
because this is a group task, I will let anyone spend hero points if they choose.
Warbin and the donk, you're the
I got one. You can have one of mine.
All right. Yeah. Do.
roll 20. I just know roll 20.
There you go.
Better.
Okay. So, you cautiously make your way along. There's a point where, once again, as you're making your way up to the edge there, you hear, again,
I don't know. How come we always gotta be around the edge? I hate being around the edge. Looks like we're about to fall off.
and you guys all kind of stop and crouch up against 33. 33, remember, is the emergency service stuff. So in the falling rain, the blowing wind, and the darkness, you can look up and see the kind of like red, Red Cross type symbol on there. Lightning crashes again, and you see another patrol of 4 goblins. And one of them kind of like, hey, watch out! And is like, hey, what you doing? That ain't a good joke. What are you doing? That ain't funny at all. And all of them are laughing. He's like, I don't know what y'all are laughing for. That ain't funny. What's gonna happen if we go off of here? I ain't got one of them gnome shoots on. Bunch of
What's going around?
So they keep on going along. They don't. You guys manage to avoid them, and then you make your way to the edge, and one by one, bloop, 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 4 goblin corpses go hurtling over the side, down and lost in thunderclouds. Again. All right, guys. Where to now? Or what happens next is you guys are pretty banged up. I think the initial strategy was to try and get yourself to Science Park.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
We'll do that.
All right. So then once again, who will be taking the lead / blame for rolling stealth?
Well, I'm taking the lead, but Arlen's taking the blame.
Okay.
He's got the...
So Druk's like, this way.
All right, stealth again.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. So, making your way along here, you start going through the cramped corridor or cramped alleyways in the upper class residential quarter. And in here, Serene has here there are fine 1 to 2 story houses and villas. Unlike most areas, there are small shrubs and trees in abundance here, and even the occasional pet cat. So I think at one point you guys go by and you hear it crash, and this cat kind of hisses at Druk. And
I growl back.
Nice. The quality of the graveled paths and guttering and drainage and similar amenities are very good here. It also has elements of marble, onyx, obsidian, and similar luxury material in the construction. And the buildings have a variety of different tastes to them as well, too. Some have a Thyacian kind of flavor. Some have an unusual non-human Thyacian you can read as Roman, like classical Roman. You can see there are some solid, not quite dwarvish structures, Warbin, but they seem similar to that. A little finer in design, not as solid. Maybe gnomish. But you successfully make your way navigating through these beautiful things. There's a point where you do see someone, a gnomish servant goes out and tosses like wastewater out and kind of looks up at the weather and kind of closes the door behind her. You guys have one more success to make it to the Spectre Chaser's lab. Who would like to make that roll for me?
I have a question.
Of course.
Am I able to grab a cat during our travels through that area?
It would be an attack roll on it. Maybe help the guys understand why you want to grab a noisy cat?
Well, mostly because it can serve as a distraction if we do get caught.
I don't... There's 4 of us. Do you really expect
hold on.
one?
You know what? Druk, do you have animal handling?
I have...
Or it's nature, I think.
I have nature.
But you don't have the animal handling...
Feet?
There's
No.
a feet. No?
No.
I mean, you could make you could make a check here. It's effectively like...
I do have wild empathy, though.
Wild empathy. What does that do? That allows you to use... Let's see here.
I have wild empathy.
Yeah, you make an impression on the cat, so we'll use it as effectively as the diplomacy thing. So what? Well, let's play out that scene. Now, this will be what your... This will be what your 10 minutes will be doing then, which means everyone else is going to give me a stealth check, unless they're planning on doing something else with their exploration mode action.
Well, if I do it this way, that I won't be using Quiet Allies feet, so each one gets our separate stealth check. And
no, this is the way I'm ruling it. If you're focusing on that, then everyone else is going to give me a stealth check.
Oh, well, no, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Without me leading, they don't share.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, that's precisely what I was saying. Yeah, I think we're saying the same
Badonk.
thing.
Holy cow!
Wow, Badonk. So you easily keep yourself hidden. Werbin and Arlen, or Angus, not Harlan. Harlan, what's your stealth check? No, Angus. So Angus and Werbin, each of you give me a stealth as well, please.
Come on, roll 20 for
Werbin.
one. Or one.
Where's my thing?
And then go ahead, Druk, and give me a diplomacy check, please.
Diplomacy. Have I skill in that? I do.
20. Okay. It's the will of the target, alright? Let's see here.
Use the natural environment to your advantage, right? Why else would not be?
Heck
good?
yeah. I agree. Let's see.
Nice, everybody got their checks. Except Arlen, but this is why I did it. Basically, I just want to request it to, like, go distract the next guard. Or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you can instruct it that. Like,
Okay.
unless you've got a spell. I mean, you may have a spell that allow you to do something like that.
Well, I think wild empathy is to make very simple requests of them. So,
Well, what you're doing right now is trying to improve its... yeah, I think that right now you've improved it from unfriendly to indifferent.
okay.
So it's not going to make a noise and cause distraction for you.
I bribe it with food.
Okay, that'll be another 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm just gonna... Will it come with us?
It will not. It's indifferent towards you.
Okay.
You can try and grab it if you like.
Will it let me, like, pet it and pick it up?
I don't think...
He'll try to do it.
If you try and pick it up, it's not gonna be happy.
I don't want to be mean to the cat.
Should have been friends with the dog.
I had a dog at one point.
Yes.
Killed it.
Yes. Turns out the orchestra was not the place to bring a pet.
Fun memories.
Yes. So it's there. Okay, you got also Werbin. Werbin does have the animal, whatever, feet.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
you do. Yep.
Okay, well, it's indifferent. You can try and get it to do something for us.
All right, let's do that.
So
Wait,
click on
go
the
ahead.
feet, Steve, just to remind us what it actually does.
Sure.
It's under your feet tab, yeah.
All right, and then yeah, I saw it earlier. I was like, yeah, okay. So train animal. Here we go.
Okay.
Or train animal, or is it? Hold on, is it the other one? I think this because I got a couple animal ones.
Yeah.
Wild empathy. There we go.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so Steve, go ahead and give us a diplomacy feat. Let's see if the two druids together can convince this thing to.
My diplomacy. What's his call on ancient? Oh no, that's never mind. Okay, so diplomacy.
Steve, you might want to move your mic down as well, too, please. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Nice.
There we
okay.
go.
So yeah, between the two of you, this thing's friendly now. It kind of moves over and is kind of rubbing up against you guys. All of you rolled so good enough stealth as well, too. So, oh wait, who rolled a 14?
That would be me.
Angus. This is why we were getting the cat.
Okay, so the cat is kind of purring at your feet, and then you hear from. Hold on, let me see who would actually be responding here. You hear from outside this hissing kind of,
Who is that? What are you doing with my cat?
doesn't sound like a gnome, doesn't sound like a Phenar, doesn't sound like a Pegatar, sounds like something you have not necessarily encountered yet. But this has seen you, Angus.
Just gonna kind of stand up, back up, gesture to Druk.
It looks over,
What are you all doing here?
and what you're seeing is this kind of hunched over, cat-like creature with, actually, you know what, I've got an illustration of what this looks like. Give me a sec. When I cleaned my office recently, I was reading over my classic modules, and I noticed that I had, yeah, there we go. Good old classic Keith Parkinson illustration.
A cat-like thing with wings. All makes sense in a flying city.
Yeah. And it is, it's kind of loping like a, almost like an ape of some kind, but it's speaking quite clearly. It's got kind of vicious claws, and yeah, it says to you,
Leave him alone. Get it, what are you doing in this neighborhood? You don't live here.
We were just passing through and saying hello to the nice kitty.
okay, give me a diplomacy check, please.
I have a +6 to this roll, so
Okay, so he is, he looks at you, his eyes kind of screw up, and he says,
Back away from Mr. Whiskers.
backing away.
Further back.
We back to the south, just away from him. Goodbye.
he walks forward, his his face screwed up in kind of rage, and then he picks up the cat, and the cat kind of purrs, and he brings him in, and he says,
That's okay, Mr. Whiskers. We will get the guards for them.
and he's suddenly borne aloft with the cat. What are you guys doing?
We book it.
Okay.
He's gonna find the next guards and distract them either way. So.
Okay. So then, are you guys trying to maximize speed or stealth at this point?
I vote for speed. What about everybody else?
Sure, let's get there.
Okay. So let's have.
Get off the streets.
Book it like we stole it.
Okay, so here's what I think I'll get you guys to do. Would everyone kindly give me an athletics check, please?
I think we're mostly good with that.
I think everyone's pretty kick-ass with that. Okay, Druk, amazing. Badonk,
I do have a +11.
that's not great for Badonk.
Do you?
Oh, Werby. All right, so guys,
I can hero point that bad boy.
can you? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
So for
All
the
right.
dog if he really wanted to.
Here we go. Come on, 105. Boom.
Boom. There you go. Okay. So yes, you guys are able to go racing into the science park, and you are right. Whatever distraction it was, it seems like it's going to be the guards will be paying attention to the upper class residential quarter as opposed to where you guys are actually heading.
Mischief managed, failed forward.
Yes, exactly. So you guys go racing into, and Science Park looks substantially different, obviously, than what the other neighborhood is. In Science Park, when you were here before, Badonk, obviously this was alive and just like a hub of activity, right? There was sky gnomes that were working on all sorts of different inventions and, you know, gewgaws and things like that. And there were, you know, even in the streets themselves were full of the wonders that the gnomes would develop. But now it's empty. You can see that there are lights on in some of the buildings, but they do not appear to have no one. You know, the things that we used to be outside, even in the evening, all gone. And the lights that once powered the whole area in here have all been shut down as well. So you guys are going through near darkness. There is enough light from the lightning flashing so that Angus, I think Angus, you're the only one without. Wait, does Drook have dark vision?
I have low light vision.
Low light vision. Okay, so you're able to make do with just the light. Angus, you're kind of having to make do with the fact that these are pretty well groomed roads, so you're not going to trip on anything or whatnot. But you guys make it to the Spectre Chasers headquarters, and as you come running up to it, Badonk, it's a little disheartening, but it is kind of what you expected. The Spectre Chasers 2-story building completely boarded over, and it says closed on there's a sign that's tacked onto it that when the lightning flashes you can see closed by order of Serene City Council.
Do I see maybe a potential way to, is there a second story or some window or something we can get in? Yeah,
Definitely.
I'll try to climb up to, I'll use some acrobatics and sort of fly up to the second window and
you don't need to roll for that. That's fine.
Okay.
So
Even though I got a 1?
What's that?
Even though I got a 1?
Did you really get a 1? Oh my god.
That's hilarious. Thanks, Roll20.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on. Let's think this through here. What do we... I think you misjudged the distance because of whatever. Maybe it's because it's slick and whatnot. And while you do make your way in, you unfortunately... You thought the window was open, and it turns out it wasn't.
And I broke it.
She smashed through the window. And you guys waiting downstairs can see... Dook, 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 dook. Some lights come on down across the street.
As soon as I realized that I broke the window instead of, went through it properly, I will double time it, sort of, you know.
Okay, like so the doors.
Like, book it down to the door to let him in as quick as I can.
Okay, so you get down there, and the door would be locked probably from the outside, but you can probably unlock it from the inside. Let's do that. What are Werbin, Drook, and Angus? You heard that smashing window. You see the lights coming on. What are you guys doing?
Trying to fade into the shadows just a little bit.
Okay.
So that they don't spot me.
Okay. What about Angus and Werbin?
Yeah, I'll throw up my hood and make sure my eyes don't flash with lightning, and then hide behind a bush.
Okay. And then Angus?
Is the door boarded, or is it just locked?
Boarded and locked. You will be able to sort of like step under the boards to get in there.
Okay, well then I'm probably busy trying to like pull open a board or something to make enough space to actually get in.
Sure, yeah. That's right, because it would probably be sized for gnomes, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so then why don't you give me an athletics check, and the other two guys give me stealth checks, please. Holy shit, Drook, that's awesome.
So it's like a Family Guy into the hedge.
Yeah. And then,
Eee.
oh, Werby nat 1.
And I am out of hero points.
We got a comedy of errors on this little
See, it's been all over that you guys are nat 20ing on your attacks. I mean, Angus has hit 2 nat 20s on attacks so far, and you've hit 1 too, Badonk. Okay, so what happens, I think, is Badonk, you're sort of like go, trying to make your way down, and there's what you've seen is the weird fire pole that runs down here, so you kind of grab onto that, and we see you kind of wee down to the main floor. Outside, Drook disappears into the shadows. Angus, you're kind of pulling things off, but Werbin, you sort of start fading back, and you misjudge, and you see there was a little like ledge or curb on it, and you kind of wow, and you fall back, and there's a discharge of lightning right up.
Of course.
And as the door opens, you see there are two gnomes that look like they're about middle-aged. There's a woman who's got her, and they're clearly in kind of like night clothes or whatever. There's a woman and there's a man, and as they step out the door, they kind of, one of them brings their umbrella up, and it folds out, and they're looking at like,
Who's out there? Who is that?
and look over at you, Werbin, and you're kind of like, still lightning is playing across you, and they look over and they see this big human. The woman, or the man, kind of looks back and forth and is kind of and the woman though does not fear you guys at all, and says,
What are you doing in there? That place doesn't belong to you.
Drook leans out of the shadows and goes, "Go away."
"Okay, give me an intimidation check." She looks up at you.
So they're hiring orcs now, too. Is there nothing the city council won't hire? You don't scare me, you big ugly brute.
He just smiles at her and stares at her.
Okay, what do the rest of you guys do? Badonk, I think you, by this point, could have opened the door, and you can see that Angus and Werbin and Drook, with his a bow drawn, pointing an arrow at these gnome across the street.
I'm just urging them in.
Okay.
Forget that. Just get in here. Get in here.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna say something like, surely we ought, right? If she expressed that she was mad about the city council, then we should make it clear to them not to tell the guards about this, right?
So
Right.
Badonk's opened the door and kind of like, get in. You guys kind of notice that it's open now. Do you do anything? Werbin's kind of sitting on his butt right now, getting covered in rain.
Angus is just gonna slip inside and let somebody else talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
Drook helps Warbin up.
Okay, so Werbin, you're
Thank you.
helped up.
Thank you. He's kind of embarrassed. Yeah.
The man is kind of tugging her.
Just leave it, Lily. And she says, no, I'm sick of this. Are we turning the whole city over? That does not belong to you.
Don cleans out the window. He says, "City business," and he slams the door.
Well, I mean, that leaves Drook and Werbin outside.
Oh, they're not inside yet?
No, they're...
Take them
I'm
out.
leaving you guys in. What are you doing out there?
Okay,
Fine,
so-
he doesn't slam the door. He just ushers them in one more time.
Yeah.
And says to the lady, "City business."
So she waits and watches all you guys go in, and the last thing you hear from her is like,
They're taking everything out of there anyway. You can't pick the bones anymore clean.
and the man is again like,
Lily, come on.
and you kind of hear like,
You're just gonna get us all in trouble. Who are we gonna call anyway?
and the door, you hear the door close, and the conversation kind of continues on inside the gnome's home. So, what happens next, guys? You're now
Drook leans
inside.
against the wall and slumps to the ground and goes,
You mean to say that the gnomes outside of the Spectre Chaser house said, "Who we gonna call?"
You
But
get a
yes.
hero point for picking up my rounds.
Alright. Yeah, Angus has a similar reaction to Drook. Basically, just sort of find
Yeah.
the human-sized chair in the room to slump down in.
I think there
if
probably is. I
one.
think there's one that the last half orc who came to visit that he was wearing. So, Badonk, now that you've had a chance to get everyone inside, you know there's a little like switch you can throw to turn the lights on.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we're inside, that's what I'll do.
Nothing. You turn it again to make sure you weren't doing it wrong. I mean, obviously it's a death trap to try and kill goblins, but, you know, the death trap doesn't seem to be functioning. And in fact, you remember how you guys saw no real lights on the outside here too?
Mm-hmm.
And you did see lights on the inside.
Somebody been breaking the lights?
Well, I think let's see here. You know what, but don't give me a craft roll. I think it's likely you're going to fail this, but let's see if there's anything you can remember. No. you look, you're like, phew, one last thing to kill goblins. As a reminder, Badonk thinks that every gnomish invention is designed to kill goblins.
Well, electricity can fry a goblin, so he's not wrong.
So what, whatever, you know, Badonk, you're trying to do, it's not functioning right now.
I don't know if anyone else would have better luck. I'll kind of point out to them, like, here,
The
you gotta
wizard.
turn
Okay.
this on.
Angus, it's giving me a pretty hard difficulty for you here, but go ahead and give me a craft check. You do have some...
I've got some experience with crafting, and I helped repair the biplane.
That's right, yeah. Yep.
Right, so you might have some gnomish...
Yeah.
We've got a dwarf battery right over here, so...
I'm gonna use my hero point on that because I've got a big bonus. I can do better than that.
For sure. Give it her.
Fuck. Thank
Okay.
you, roll 20.
So you're kind of looking at this thing, and you... like, this is definitely more complex. There's elements of it you think, like, maybe you know, maybe this is the way, like, it worked in the... Oh, no, that doesn't seem to... I don't even know what that is. What... Oh... yeah, so there doesn't appear to be anything. But what you can tell, Badonk, because you've got dark vision, is looking around what used to be filled with all this bizarre, you know, apparatus, and strange contraptions. Like, again, all designed to kill goblins. All of them are gone. There's some, like, overturned... This looks effectively like an empty warehouse, right? With one or two bare, solid, you know, tables that you would use for alchemy or engineering or, like, a workbench. And one of them, a third, that's turned over in the corner. You see there's stuff in the walls that is kind of coming out wild and kind of broken, where you can tell that things have been taken out of the walls as well, too. What that woman said about this place being stripped is very, very true. Now, Angus and Drook, you can maybe see a little bit of light, a little bit just from what's coming through, but you really are having difficulty making out details. And Angus, you really can't see anything in here. It's pitch black inside as far as you're concerned. Does anyone...
I have light as a cantrip.
Yep.
But as soon as we start the lights up, everybody outside is gonna tell that there's somebody in here rummaging around and stuff, right?
Yep.
So we don't necessarily want... I'm happy to stay in the dark if we want Badonk to kind of look around some more, if there's any looking around to do.
What do you
Or
think,
if we
John?
just want to, or if the point is to just hide out here, then
I was remembering from our Galantry game how somebody with a decent crafting score made a flashlight with an item. Think you might be able to do that with a light spell?
If there was... but there's not enough here to kind of... The place is genuinely picked bare, and he can't see anything right now, so...
Yep. I might be able to, like, put it inside my hands and hold it to kind of shape it a little bit, but that's probably
So-
not going to be enough.
well, I guess, you know, who do you think's going to see you in here?
Well, like, if a goblin patrol comes by,
Did we see any signs of them coming into this district, or just on the outskirts under the...
You didn't run into any. You guys ran full pell-mell to get here, and you didn't pass any goblin patrols.
Probably safe.
okay. Well, then why don't I cast light?
What does it look like as you cast light?
Let me. So I'm gonna cast light on. I'm gonna have my sword out and cast it on the tip of my sword and kind of hold it up like
Okay.
a torch.
Okay. So it is... all of you guys can see what Badonk can see now. This place... it appears like they have stripped this place completely bare. So what happens next, guys?
Can I look around to see, like, how long it's been since the last signs of ransacking happened in here? Like, using my tracking skills or whatnot, or to see if it's been untouched for like a week?
Well, it's not outside, and I'll let you try it, but it's going to be a really high difficulty.
Okay.
So
That's
go
fine.
ahead and give us a survival check.
Yeah. Of course not.
Now you're two out of
Roll
your...
a 2 with a plus
yeah.
9. Okay, great.
You're two out of your element to really be able to judge here. Literally, I mean, you're in a flying city at this point, so...
I think Angus, seeing that everything has been ransacked, is going to go around kind of stepping and tapping on the floor to see if there's maybe a trap door with some stuff for us underneath it,
Good idea.
Okay.
if they hit anything.
Sure. What is your perception?
+6.
+6, okay. Okay. You are able to give this place a thorough looking over, and what you find is on the second floor, hidden behind one of the beds, and the beds have been sort of cast aside as well too. Where the bed, I guess, was before. You get there, and there's a hidden panel on here.
So I'm going to gesture for everybody to come around and try to...
Drug is like,
I'm trying to think of something that wouldn't be electrically conductive to try to open this up, and I don't think I have anything, so I think the best I can do is try to use my sword to sort of lever the panel open.
Okay. So
not a
you
longbow.
A bow stave? I don't think the bow stave would hold up to that.
Oh, I don't know.
okay. So it's feeling around. It appears as well. Hold on. Does anyone have what's the word I'm looking for, or the skill? Is it? It's not sleight of hand, is it?
Oh, it's thievery.
Thievery. Yeah. Does anyone have thievery? Anyone trained in
I
thievery?
do. Yeah, I have a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
I only have my score in it. So.
Oh.
Oof. That's gonna be enough. Now that it's been identified for you, this is something you just need to kind of push in and to the side, and it will open.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. Push into the side.
So you push into the side, and the thing kind of, you hear a clack, and you hear a tuck, 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 like something running along on like metal runners. It moves to the side, and there is a small humanoid figure standing in the shadows within. And the figure, guys, looks like this.
Oh.
But it is a little powered down version. There's no light in its chest. There's no light in its eyes. And its hands are against its side.
Is it full gnome sized or smaller than gnome sized?
It is gnome size, actually. It's a little stockier than what the gnomes look like.
Some mechanome.
Well, can I reach in and pull it out to...
Do I recognize it, Kev?
I think you encountered them working on this before, weren't you?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it here.
Is there a way we can turn it on?
Well, to first pull it out, it's heavy. But I think, Angus, you can pull the thing out. And Angus, why don't you give me a craft check? Let's see if we can figure out how this thing is supposed to work.
Figure it out.
Crafting...
Okay. So thanks to your work on the plane before, you knew how to kind of get, you remember the transmitter that Badonk had and that was on the ship as well? And the way you recharge it, there's sort of like effectively like a crank or a key you turn to get the kind of dynamo charged up, and that should work this. This seems to have a similar socket on it.
So we just need to find the key.
Crank.
Key is actually sort of hanging on a hook at the back.
Oh, well then.
Let's crank it up.
Okay.
You guys want me to do it?
Yes.
Please, Angus. Dude.
All right.
You're
Okay.
the expert.
Crack. So this thing, you keep cranking, and every time you crank, there's a little bit of like light goes up, light goes up a bit, and you keep cranking, and then it finally it reaches the natural, the point where it's wound tight. You take the key out and you put it back on the place on its back where it goes, and you hear it's gonna as something starts charging, and the light then comes on in its chest, and its eyes kind of light up. And it's not like flashlights, it's just, it gives a glow like a night light about amount of light. And then the head kind of comes up, and it looks around and looks over at Badonk, that's about its head, height, and it kind of it flash. It's got light like eyelids that sort of flash down like shutters on it, and it says, "State name." To you, Badonk. Badonk.
Bent bucket.
Badonk. Bent bucket. Authorized user. Badonk Bent bucket. I am Phonome. You can actually see there is a tiny little placard right underneath, like where his clavicle would be.
Yeah.
It reads this.
Phonome.
I am Phonome. Doctors. 1 second here.
Have you been hiding here?
Doctors Crankman, Springloader, and Stones, and Mr. Dreadmore send their regards. It's his attempt at kind of, I guess, nodding his head towards you. I was sent to wait for you. They figured you would go looking for secret things.
Indeed, I did.
Have you come to help them?
We have come to help them. What can you tell us?
The Nagpa, led by Wiltar Peck, have taken the Doctor's technology, their studies in necromantic beings proved of much interest to them. I have a recorded message from Dr. Stones. Would you like this played?
Yes, please play it.
Playing, and he kind of opens his mouth up to start transmitting, and you hear this kind of like kind of scratchy, sound. And it says, "Okay, hold on, we need to record this. Okay, Badonk, Wes, I hope it's one of you who gets this. Mr. Skirg, things have gotten pretty bad here. It seems that the city didn't want to set us down. They weren't concerned about that. They were just concerned about getting their hands on our technology. Things have been getting pretty crazy around here, and we're about to be shut down. And I know, as soon as they shut us down, they're going to be tracking it. But Egon, he says there's something bigger coming. Something big on the horizon. Something that speaks in a language we don't understand. Big wings, he says. Big wings in the necrosphere. I'm not sure if we'll still be around when you get this, Badonk. But you need to save Serene. We can't have our technology be the thing that brought the flying city down. And you hear kind of a in the background and some muffled shouting. I gotta go. I hope we get this, Badonk. And also,
I forgive you for snooping to find this. Goodbye.
And then Phonome kind of closes his mouth, and he says, "Recording terminated."
Duke says, "Well, that was impressive."
Oh, it's very
Phonome looks up at you. "Thank you. I am a marvel."
Yes, you are. So what do we do now? I look over at Badonk.
Well, that's the problem. How do we save the city?
Maybe Phonome knows.
I have extensive schematics of the infrastructure. He kind of, and because you hear a,
Starts printing it out.
yeah, and he basically prints out a, well, I mean, it's hidden inside him. He's not necessarily printing the thing off, but there is a basically like a fold-out map that you've got that, Angus, go ahead and give me a craft check. Let's see if you can make sense of what the hell's going on here. And incidentally, everyone gets a hero point.
Yay!
Okay.
Thank you.
So again, with the bonus that you got from working with the thing before, so obviously, like the rough structure of what he's printed out, you're looking at this thing with your sword kind of resting on your shoulder in such a way to have the light above you, and it's the shape of Serene. But like, what are all these? Why are there so many hieroglyphs on here? And then it dawns on you. These are the service tunnels. These have to be tunnels that run underneath the length and breadth of Serene. So you have a way, I mean...
Did the people of Serene build their prison over some service tunnels?
Yes, there are service tunnels that run to the prison as well. Not like to the cells necessarily, but you are able to get there.
Okay.
If you guys use those, it will take some difficulty navigating through these things because it's also designed for gnome-sized people.
Yep.
So it's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze for everyone whose name isn't Badonk.
Or so for the big hefty ones like Angus and myself.
Yes. But you will be able to fit though. Like it'll just be a little awkward, and it may affect like that claymore of yours is not going to get used in any of those tunnels. But fortunately, what Angus will be able to do is your craft will effectively be kind of like the navigation of this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna explain to everybody what it is that we've got.
We can picture it like you guys there's a low like gnome-sized table that you guys have to spread out on. You've all been looking down, and Phonome is kind of looking down at it as well. What were you
All
saying?
right,
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
So I'm gonna point it out and say, all right, guys, these markings show service tunnels that run underneath the main cityscape. And here, and I'm gonna point down at the spot, is where they meet up underneath the prison itself. If our objective is still to get the Spectre Chasers out. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Seems like that's
it.
probably better than trying to make our way through the streets themselves.
Through the open prison doors, yeah.
Yeah.
So we get some rest and we rescue some people.
I think we need some rest.
Okay. Werbin and Drook, why don't you each give me a nature check, please?
Can do. I'm not the best druid, but I'm a decent druid. Oh, I'm a good druid.
Boom
Nice. Well, this makes sense because of your thing. So, Drook, what? So I'm looking at the overall map of Serene here. Would you agree with me that the only real large water source here appears to be Lake Glitterlode?
right next to the fields and the hanging gardens.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the payload that the biplanes were delivering?
Water
Payload.
drakes,
River
Yeah.
drakes.
river drakes.
You didn't run into any of them in the lake, did you?
No, we didn't. They're in the tunnels.
Well,
They have to load them up from somewhere, though. Look on the map. Do you see anything where it would be big enough for them to get, corral them through more than one at a time?
Angus, give me another craft check here.
We could avoid that place like the plague.
Okay. You're sure that somewhere in here is... there's got to be a water system. You know they've got running water in the city, so there's that. And passing the waterfall, right? Like, that's got to come from somewhere, right? It's either a magical enchantment, but with... if it was, like, say, a portal to the elemental plane of water, it would eventually overfill. Like, then it would be dumping water off the side of Serene, right? Mm-hmm. Which makes you think it's got to be some kind of pumping mechanism that circulates that water through from somewhere, but you can't quite tell where it is. These schematics are pretty advanced, and, you haven't quite got the mastery of gnomish engineering just yet.
That makes me wonder if it's going to be a tight fit for us. It'd be tight fit for them.
And Drake, you did roll a nat 20 on it. Let me give you a little more tidbit. You think, like, these things wouldn't lurk in there. They're not like rats or something like that, or like, cavern drakes or something like that. They're river drakes. So they would likely be around an area where the water, where water would be.
Like open flowing water.
Yes. So if there's some kind of underwater cistern somewhere here that's fueling that may be a place that may be a spawning ground for the drakes.
Okay.
You are definitely not going to want to go through there.
So it's going to be a big open area on the map. Can we see anything like a large cistern size?
There's a lot of large symbols. Like, basically what the crafting rule tells me is that there's a lot of symbols in there, and he's like, it could be this, or maybe this one here.
Is there a way to chart a path to underneath the prison that avoids at least most of them?
The cisterns?
Most of these large symbols basically improve our odds of avoiding.
I imagine that so much of this stuff is built on top of itself. Like, there's enough engineering underneath this thing to not only power a small city, but also to fly it, right?
Yep.
So there's all sorts of crazy big things, and right now you can't quite figure out what's one thing from another.
We could get lost in there.
Yeah.
Especially if I keep rolling the way I do.
Well, and
does anybody have chalk or something to mark the walls so we can?
What do I have?
That's a good question.
Inventory. Nothing. I have like basic items. What can we use? We can just use a rock and scrape.
We could. It'll draw noise.
no one took arcane
imagine
mark.
It echoes. The only person that could would be Angus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it. I can just imagine probably one of Drook's fears is getting lost in a maze of technology and trapped away from nature. So that's immediate in his mind. He does not want to get trapped down there.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially tight, enclosed environments.
Well, and Badonk, why don't you give me, because you're the one who's been here before. What are your lores?
I have circus lore.
Circus lore, okay.
Yeah, not much.
Then why don't you just give me a society check?
Okay. Society. Oh, which I'm also not that great at.
Oh, yes, you are.
Nat 20. Love it. Okay. So I think because you are so fixated on like how this whole thing is designed to kill goblins. You were morbidly obsessed with talking about the particulars of different things like the Undercity with your gnomish friends. And what you know is that there are that originally inhabitants of the Flying City were gnomes like any other gnomes. They actually liked to live underground. To accommodate this agoraphobia, gnomes built apartments, work chambers, fungi farms, passageways, and even a few mock caverns. Indeed, the library itself has 14 levels below, in addition to the ones on top. These areas are interconnected with maintenance shafts, sewers, a now forgotten subway system, and other portions of the city's infrastructure. As gnomes lost their fear of heights, they abandoned and walled off much of the Undercity to join the other creatures in the city surface. But down in those gloomy realms, in the miles and miles of unlit corridors, narrow access tunnels, cramped ventilation shafts, and abandoned gnome villages, there dwell creatures of which most city dwellers are unaware.
Ooh.
This is the serene equivalent of the crocodiles in the thing. Escaped orcs and kobolds hide there. Gelatinous cubes, carrion crawlers, giant centipedes scuttle and swish about. Some have been placed here deliberately. Some are natural pests that come with the travelers. There are even said to have been horrific wraiths down here. Creatures that could drain your very living soul. That was one of the reasons why the Spectre Chasers were formed in the first place. To try and address these perilous threats. I think the thing that... does Badonk have a thing against spiders? Whoops. Camera's going crazy.
No, I don't think that Badonk has a specific thing against spiders.
What about giant spiders that can vanish and
That he
reappear?
doesn't like very much.
Yeah.
It's not a specific fear of his, but it's...
They say that, especially down near the engines, there is a particular kind of magic spider, large as an ogre, can vanish and reappears only as it is pouncing down on you to sink its poison fangs inside and then drain your vital innards. I imagine it was Dr. It wasn't Peter, it was Ray Stones who told you this stuff. And he wasn't telling you to creep you out. He was fascinated by it. And like the more he was telling you about this stuff, the more you're just like...
Badonk kind of wishes he had brought a giant toad with him.
Yes.
Put it in there. Alright, go eat them.
Yeah. So, that's what Badonk also tells you. That's also what you have to navigate. And this map does show much of that. So, what do you think, guys?
Well, we're definitely going down there.
Well, wait a second. Once we get down there, if we get under the prison, what are we actually going to do in order to get these guys out of prison?
Well, I can turn into a little animal and probably get some keys and maybe stealth in and free them. Kill some guards, hide them in the tunnels. Maybe dress up Badonk as one of the guards. Maybe.
So I suppose my point is none of that requires us to actually go through the tunnels to get there, right? We don't have a plan that is dependent on us getting there through the
Well,
tunnels.
if you're not going through the tunnels, you will be continuing to make stealth checks as you go, right, on the surface. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying is that it's one or the other, but we don't have a plan, really a solid plan either way for what we actually do when we get to the prison that's dependent on either of them, right? It's not like we have, okay, here's the next step of the plan requires us to go either overground or through the tunnels.
I vote for the tunnels.
Shit.
It's the best way to avoid notice, and yeah, it's dangerous, but it's So he's getting swarmed by every goblin up there.
Well, after that fight with the goblin guards,
I've got 2 Tempest Surges left, and I've got 1 second level Stella left.
Yeah, we're not going out there now. We're gonna rest before we go anywhere.
Okay.
But I think me and Badonk are the 2 stealthiest characters, and if you guys hang in the back and only come out when we need you, we could probably work our way through. And hey, if we kill goblin guards, then we weaken their forces. Slowly.
No, but my point, John, is let's say all of this goes right and we get either through the city streets or through the tunnels underneath the prison. What do we actually do to get the guys out of prison? Because we don't really have a plan that says, okay, here's how we get them out of the prison.
I don't think we can
once
come
we
up with a
get
plan. We have to get there and scout it out and find out what's going on. There's too many unknowns. Do we have a layout of the prison? Is that something FOMO can give to us? FOMO?
Phonom kind of, looks up, looks down, and then kind of points on the map where the prison is.
Okay. So can you read out the specifics of the prison there, Angus?
What you've got is what he can give you.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were able to get schematics of that. I don't think they knew they were going to get in prison. They didn't know they were going to be broken out. They just knew that this may be of importance for you.
So maybe if
Right.
we get over there and traverse the tunnel to a certain point, it might give Angus a new perception on the map, so we can get a better feel for it. We have to do some scouting first. There's no way we can just run in there and grab them.
If we think of this like a heist, guys, this would be the kind of reconnoitering or what do you call it, scoping out the joint kind of phase of your heist.
right, exactly.
Well, then maybe what we do, Werbin and Angus and Druk can't really blend in, but Badonk can sort of blend in, right? There are a lot of goblins up here.
Yep.
Maybe what we do is we have Badonk kind of go, if we're going to spend a day or two here hiding out in this abandoned building, we could have Badonk go and kind of at least look around and see what he can see, while the rest of us kind of hide out and work on formulating a plan.
We could start exploring the tunnels a little bit in the immediate area and get a feel for them while he's doing that.
All the goblins, just remember that all the goblins that you've seen thus far all have that same uniform on, and that Badonk knows that he was the only goblin here before.
Okay, so no. So, okay.
Well, because we're in a heist, if you guys wanted to spend a hero point and do a flashback where, we see that the last, the last body that was tossed over the side is actually naked.
Oh, I was thinking about doing that. Just naked
Yeah,
out
let's
going.
do that.
I'll
just
spend a
spend
point.
my...
I'll spend
You
one
gonna do
too.
it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
we
you got a
shift them and toss them
uniform.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll say it's you have to clean it a bit, but it's the one that Angus cleaved the head clean off.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we can give Badonk a crossbow so that he looks like he is a member of the guard. In which case we can have him do the kind of looking around for us.
Okay. Is that the immediate plan then, guys? What I
Do it.
So one of the things that because of the use of hero points for flashbacks, we're kind of like Blades in the Dark style. I'll let you guys just use that to add stuff in as necessary, because that is, I think, a more fun way and more kind of a way to keep driving the story forward than like coming up with a complex plan and then having that go out the window right away. That's the Shadowrun problem.
Right.
Okay, so this evening, is there anything else you guys are doing? Anything you want to ask Phonom about?
Nothing that I can think of.
Me either.
What about you guys?
He's been inactive for a while, as far as I know. So,
I think he gave us what he knows.
Are there still, like, crafting. So you said that they took all of the stuff. Are there still like any tools or stuff to craft here, or
Not
did
full,
they
there's
take
maybe
that
like an
too?
odd wrench or something on the ground. Like otherwise,
Okay.
the place has been stripped completely. And that would be something that would be like in the corner. You would have come across it when you did your comprehensive search. I rolled quite well for you for your perception roll.
Okay. Well, then I can at least repair Druk's shield, I think.
Do you have tools yourself?
Oh no, I don't have any.
Then
Is it not really enough?
no, like,
Okay.
there's the odd like screwdriver or something.
There's
But
the wooden shield anyway, so.
Okay.
okay.
Well then, that was my only thing to do tonight. I think it's just
So if you guys so you're not feeling completely out of it, like you would have to steal from someone else, but you are in the middle of Science Park. Coming across a set of tools may just involve a little bit of larceny in your part.
I think Badonk
Right.
has the most training with that.
Well, Badonk's not really a thief, but
Zuko was here.
he could. I can stealth. Like I could go look around. Well, I mean, I have the uniform. I can just go walk around.
Yeah, go, what do they call it?
See if
Requisition
I-
items from the citizens.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. So what do we see?
Oh, Badonk's just sort of like, pretending he's a guard and sort of like checking doors until he finds an open door. Really, I mean, or an easy entrance one. Maybe the
Sure.
window's open or the.
Yeah, you'll find one
Back
that's been
door.
closed, and yeah, you kind of make off with some the tools that Angus will need to try and repair Druk's shield. So why don't let's see. How long does crafting take again? Is it only 10 minutes?
Mending is 10 minutes.
I think it's 10 minutes to repair, but I will look it up real quick. Craft. Repair. Spend 10 minutes attempting to fix a damaged item.
Okay. And the DC is the level of the item. What's the level of your shield? It's 0, I think.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
basic
Okay.
wooden
So
shield.
go ahead. Give
I
us
have
a
level 1 gear.
give us a crafting check. Yeah, that's actually just barely good enough. You restore 5 hit points to the item plus 5 per proficiency rank you have.
15 total.
Nice.
'cause I'm
If
an
you-
expert.
15 hit points back to your shield.
It's fully repaired then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we see kind of you testing it again, and yeah, it's right as rain.
I appreciate it a lot.
Phone Gnome continues to kind of follow Badonk around until you tell him not to.
Phono, stay.
Phone Gnome will stay. He kind of stays by the door. You go out, get your stuff, you come back, and Phone Gnome is there still. And Phone Gnome kind of keeps watching you. He won't move until you tell him to move again.
Okay.
Juke is just gonna like find a soft spot to rest and just kind of close his eyes.
Yeah. Okay. Are you guys keeping watch?
Yes.
Yes.
We got some downtime for like we're gonna do like a heal check, right, or a medicine.
Yeah, everyone can make a... no, Werbin can't make a nature check on it. He'd have to use medicine because there's not enough like flowers and natural resources here. He's just not...
Yeah.
Doesn't have
Because me
access
and
to it.
Badonk are down on hit points. So
I can do medicine for Druk and Badonk.
Okay.
I'll go with Angus because Corbin might be able to heal more on Badonk. He's got more hit points.
Okay.
Oops, sorry. Ignore that. I didn't roll that.
Oh,
that was,
hero point
Okay,
that, please.
I'll use a hero point to heal Druk up further.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Just
There you
barely.
go. Okay. So it's 2d8 hit points that Druk is healed.
Okay.
Okay.
I have one second level spell left.
Well, you could treat 2 people with that, right? Angus?
I can. I think only if I have the special ward medic feat.
Oh, do you not have that?
No, I just have the regular.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Training in
For some reason
medicine.
I thought you did. Okay.
Okay, well,
you
before I
can...
go to bed,
No,
then,
Yvain has ward medic.
That's what I'm thinking
That's
of. Okay,
probably why.
you can make Angus another check for Badonk if you'd like to, because Badonk is
All
down
right,
quite
Badonk,
a bit.
here you go.
Nice.
There we go.
Badonk, you're going to heal 2d8 hit points.
I suppose I'll use my last second level spell for a burst.
Nice.
Everybody.
Everyone heals 15 points of damage as well.
Nice. 29 total. 40, 55. Oh, I'm almost healed.
Okay.
Oh, that feels good. It's been a long time since I had some heal points.
Okay. Now, you... so everyone's back up to full, and...
But
I
exhausted.
think... Let me see here. Someone give me a D4 roll. Let's see who's on watch when this happens. 1, 2, 3. Angus, it's you. So, Angus, you're on watch, and Badonk, between the time that you got back in and when you went to bed, would you have instructed Phonome that he could move, or just leave him where he was?
No, I probably left him where he was.
Okay.
I don't want him messing anything up.
So he's standing at the door, and everyone is sleeping upstairs because that's where the beds are. Angus, where do you think you're keeping watch? In the main floor, second floor?
I'm probably like sitting on the stairs watching the doorway.
Okay. So you're sitting on the stairs watching the doorway, and then you see Phonome's... Well, his head comes up and the light glow comes back into his eyes. He looks to the door. Upstairs to where Mr. Badonk is. Back to you. And he says... Looks back. There are goblins approaching.
Can I whisper to Phonome?
Can, yeah.
Oh, well, I guess we don't know if he'll follow my orders, but I'm gonna say, Phonome, get back to your hiding spot.
Phonome kind of looks up at you. What is your name?
Shit.
Angus.
Angus. Unauthorized user.
Dog said to do it.
And you hear some goblins talking outside the front door. You know, muttering in that definite goblin kind of twang. And kind of.
Everyone hide!
He looks, and Phonome says, "Safety overriding," and he starts stomping towards you, Angus. And he makes his way up the stairs. He kind of shoves past you a little bit. And Badonk, you are sort of woken up roughly by Phonome standing over you. And he says, "Safety override." Badonk,
What?
you should access the tunnels.
Let's go!
Guards, goblin guards, come. And he looks and, are you taking Phonome with you, or are you gonna get him back in his hidey hole?
Probably back in his hole.
Okay. He says, I will access tunnels for you, and he heads down the stairs, and you hear us banging at the door. Hey, what's this thing off here for? I thought we boarded this thing up. And they're right outside. It sounds like there's about 6 of them. Phonome takes you to near the back of the room, and he it's something that you saw before, Angus, but you didn't really pick up what you thought it was just holes in the floor of some kind to access some apparatus. But Phonome puts his fingers right in there, and then his whole hand kind of starts spinning, and it you hear it cranking, and this big concrete slab just kind of moves to the side, right against one wall, and it reveals this set of there's a what do you call it, a ladder, a wrought iron ladder that leads down. And he says, he looks over at Angus, and he says, "You have the schematics. I will be in recharge mode."
Let's go!
Okay, Badonk,
Alright.
you go scampering down.
Guess we're going.
Okay, and as you
Head
like,
down.
the last thing you see as you're looking up is Phonome's weird expressionless face looking down at you, the glow, and then you hear the of his hand again, and the whole thing closes, and you can hear faintly the sound of his metal footprints as he leaves. Now, where you find yourself, guys, is in this kind of like it's a. It looks like it's like an access point, I guess. It is, solid. It's flat what do you call it? Flat walls, like finished walls on either side, and then it leads out into effectively kind of like what might be a combination of like sewer and service area, because there's like cables and stuff and pipes that are on the top, and it seems to go out into different junctions here. And you look over the side. There's a cabinet there, made of thinly kind of banged metal, or thinly hammered metal. And then there's doors on it that could open.
Let's open them. Don't rip them open.
You open it up. Do you remember the backpacks that the Spectre Chasers wore?
Oh, yeah.
They're in here, along with 2 traps.
Oh, beautiful.
Now, they are unfortunately sized for gnomes, so they don't really
They're
fit
like
anyone.
shoulder pads for...
Yeah.
I'm gonna strap it onto my belt buckle.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't really accommodate anyone other than Badonk's size. But the traps are something you could pick up, that anyone could pick up.
I have no idea how to use them.
Yeah, I'll
Badonk
pick one.
explains how to use them to you.
Badonk had it explained to him, yeah. Okay.
Well, and he's even used one.
Now,
As a druid, I would rather not use technology.
okay.
I think Angus and Badonk have those traps. They're probably the best ones suited to use them.
Okay. So each get a trap, and Badonk, you're kind of eyeing the Spectre Chaser's backpack as well, too. Now, do you remember, every gnomish device is designed to kill goblins.
The bag, though,
We
right?
have seen the effectiveness of this device as well.
Yeah, I think in this case, I would take them.
Nice.
What are they?
These are the only gnomes I've ever trusted, though, Kev.
Yeah. So if they're going to do it, there are a pair of coveralls that go with it to keep the wearer safe. Then they would fit you, because they fit gnomes.
Take them, I guess.
Okay? So we have this little sequence where we see Badonk putting on the Spectre Chaser kind of jumpsuit, and, zips it up, gets himself ready, and straps on the backpack.
Oh, good Ghostbuster vibes here.
And then he hooks it on, and he's got his little handle over the side where his little wand can deploy the device. Now, Badonk, you think you remember how to... They were able to explain this to Winston Dreadmore, who is not a gnomish scientist. So you think this thing seems to be working.
All right.
Angus? So this thing has, a bit of a strange glow to it as well, too, and it kind of, you feel something in your stomach. Do you have Detect Magic as a cantrip?
I do.
Would you give me a... Yeah, actually, Drook, you'll definitely feel this as well, too. Werbin, I can't remember, do you have Detect Magic?
I don't think I do this time around.
Okay. Then Angus and Drook, go ahead and give me a Nature and Arcana, respectively, or other way around.
I do actually.
Yeah, Steve, go ahead and give me a Nature check.
Okay. Nature? Okay.
I feel what that's cooking.
Oh boy, yeah. So there is this thing, like it's a strange aura on it. All of you guys, the magic users, as soon as he activates the thing, you kind of all turn around, and what do we see? On Badonk. What's the expression on Badonk's face as he's got himself all suited up with this?
I think he's like got this sort of like little bit of... He's kind of proud of himself because he's found his friend's stuff, and he's gonna
Yeah.
hopefully use it to rescue them. So I think he's pretty proud of himself.
And it takes a little bit of stretching to get them done, but you get your goggles on as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So, you guys are ready. What the rest of you pick up is there is a seriously funky necromantic aura around this stuff. It's not quite necromantic. There's this. It's like a swirling mix of that and conjuration magic and abjuration magic. It's some weird gnomish stuff.
Is it anything like the magic that I sensed outside of the biplane just before the dragon attacked? Or is it different flavor?
It is similar. It's actually similar. Yeah.
Okay.
That was conjuration magic as well. And actually, definitely has that same vibe. Who was
Okay.
your 28? Oh, it was
Mine was 23.
23 is still pretty good. Yeah, it's not a crit, but so you'd recognize that this is something. So that's disheartening. That that's you could make of that what you will.
And Drew just raises an eyebrow and says to the dog, "Don't point that thing anywhere near me."
Okay. Now, guys, what happens next? Where do you want to... What do? You find yourself... You're rested at least, but you are currently under the city with your map. What are you thinking?
Are we like rested enough to do our preparations and get our spells back?
Yes, yeah. We'll assume you've got all your spells back.
Okay.
Then I think the only way to go is deeper into the tunnels.
Okay.
At this
Deeper.
point.
So as you guys are making your way deeper into the tunnels, why don't first, Angus, give me a craft check. See how well you're navigating along here. Okay. So you're making your way along here, and there's once or twice, Badonk is able to make his way, fit quite easily in these tunnels, but the rest of you guys are kind of like, gong! Your bow hits against something, or your claymore hits up against something. You're like, God, jeez, go! And you're either hunched over or on all fours, just trying to make enough space. Werbin, this isn't terribly uncomfortable for you. It is definitely a smaller tunnel than you would be comfortable with, but you grew up... Actually, you know what? Now that I say that, your guy's all about being outdoors and exposed to the elements, so, this is probably the reason you left the Blue Mountains behind, right?
Yeah, I didn't like those caves. No.
Yeah, so
Drew
this is...
I
also
like the
has
pressure.
a dislike for tight spaces.
Yeah, and for the two of you guys, there's so much metal and fabricated products and stuff like this is almost as unnatural a location as you could possibly imagine yourselves being in. Angus, you're the one up front. So would you kindly give me a let's see here. I think it's a will save, please. Yeah, it's a will save.
Going low, going low.
So you stop. You're going along and leading everyone along here. And you reach a point where... Let me just turn this lightning down. You guys are underneath. You're not hearing that lightning anymore. But...
The lightning was soothing.
there is a cold chill that runs through you. And you kind of stifle a sob as icy fear grips your heart. And a smell of ozone. Who is behind Angus at this point?
Angus is leading, I'd say Badonk. Because
Yeah.
I do not want to be in front of that weapon.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fair enough. So Angus seems to have stopped in place, Badonk. Like, what do you say?
What do you see?
There's something out there.
You smell something?
Badonk, give me a perception roll, please.
Perception. Do I have to change what's the drop down is, or that's just for initiative?
No, that's only for
That's just for
initiative. Just do your skill. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay, you know what? You recognize this smell because of all the devices around here. Ozone. It's the arcing of electricity across the air. You definitely are familiar with it, having traveled with Werbin for a year or so now. You think you can hear something from further up ahead. But Angus ain't moving. You could squeeze past him quite easily if you wanted.
Am I prevented from moving, or if I wanted to step forward, could I?
You are completely gripped by fear right now.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay. I'll peek around him, but I'll wave the other guys forward.
Yeah. So you peek around him. Well, they can't actually get past him. He's too big.
No, I know, but I'm calling them over like something's wrong with Angus.
Okay. So you guys are, I think, who's behind Badonk?
I'll probably be taking up the rear just because Warbin's smaller.
So Warbin, you make your way over, and Badonk's told you something's wrong with Angus. He won't move.
Uh-oh. I have a look. Can I use my medicine?
You got Badonk in the way. I guess Badonk could squeeze past Warbin and then get over to Angus. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Medicine or nature?
No, unfortunately, this is a very unnatural location, so your nature's
right.
not going to come into play here. But
You are correct, sir.
yeah, if you were, I imagine you've got your own. Well, let me see if I can give it in your own terms here. He is nearly completely gripped by panic. There's the natural responses, fight or flight, right? He seems to have been driven so far beyond those things that he finds himself paralyzed. His heart feels like someone, doing a crazy solo on a snare drum. It's pounding away. He's clammy. He's cold.
Say, Angus, look at me. Look into my eyes. Look at me. Say teacup. Say teacup. Is he responsive?
Angus is his eyes are wild. When you open your mouth, Angus, your whole mouth has dried out.
I give him a Tempest Surge to see if I can shock him out of it. I'm kidding.
I honestly wasn't sure you're kidding or not. It's like that, motherfucker.
Manual defibrillator. Bam.
Yeah.
Okay. No, what tools do I have in my kit? Nothing. I will take a little water and sort of pat his cheeks with it.
Badonk, would you kindly give me a fortitude save? No, a will save. Sorry, will save. If you have anything that gives you a benefit to save against fear, you can go ahead and add that.
I don't think so. No, no.
Okay, go ahead.
Oops. Tab. Will. Oh!
You have a hero point. You should use it.
Yeah.
All right. Isn't it more exciting for everyone if we're frozen?
Yeah.
No.
25. So, you can hear Badonk. It's not coming directly down the corridor like as if something's there, but there is an echo that reaches you of this huge, inhuman voice that calls out, "No!"
What the heck is that?
And you are gripped with fear as well, too. You're not running. You're not frozen in place like what Angus is. Angus, I think you wet yourself a bit.
Mm-hmm.
What's prestidigitation for?
Badonk, what do you want to do?
I still don't see anything.
You'll have to sneak up a little closer if you want to get a...
Okay, I'll try to use stealth and
Yeah,
sneak
give me a
up
stealth. Okay. So what you see, you slip past Badonk, and then you can hear as you make your way a little further down, and the fear is getting worse. You can feel the distance between yourself and your colleagues, and looking back, you can see big old Angus filling the whole corridor, frozen in place, looking at you wide-eyed. And it's also black down here, I guess, unless Angus has his staff. Well, you would have had to, there is light coming from Angus's something because he would have to read the map that way.
Yep.
So you
got dog vision.
you get to the point where you're going along and you hear this. There's a couple sounds. There's a couple of like squawking sounds. Some squawking voices that are echoing off as if like from far below you, but not far away, if that makes sense. And you reach a point where you stomp, and you can see that there's effectively like a little service kind of area that seems to go down, that you can slip between here and further down. And you can hear again, "Bring it back! Do it again!" And you hear of things talking, and there's the sound of a hum, a loud. Do you continue down?
I guess so, yeah.
So we can picture you squeezing through these little areas. You do have to leave the backpack in the main area just so you can fit through everything. But a little bit of squeezing and whatnot, we see you finally kind of get down to, after, you think you may have gone down 30 or 40 feet. But you reach a point where you're able to, drop out, and there's a little, like, kind of like walkway or like gangplank or something that leads up, and you can look down into this massive exposed area. And you're well above whatever's going on, but you definitely hear it much louder right now. Do it again! More power! Now!
Oh my goodness.
You reach to the edge.
I'll look over the edge.
You reach the edge.
You can imagine that he's actually trembling.
Yeah. And you look down. And what you see before you, you can picture an enormous, cavernous, industrial area. Like a warehouse where, there's a lot of overhanging gangplanks and stuff like that. Racing around below you, I'll go from smallest to largest. Chained to each other, there are a number of sky gnomes in long leather smocks and with goggles and stuff who are racing around between these two massive dynamos, surging with power, with lightning bolts as large as those you saw in that tempest outside are arcing back and forth. In and amongst them as well, too, attending these runic symbols are Nagpa. You can picture Skeksis. And they're all speaking and chanting some kind of necromantic incantations. And you can see that in addition to the blue electricity that arcs back and forth between this, you see the same reddish energy that you've seen from the backpacks before. But dominating the area and moving back and forth is an enormous blue dragon. As large as the largest barn you've ever seen. And its head is arcing back and forth, lightning coming from inside its massive jaws as it shouts out again, "Now! More power!" And lightning plays from its eyes, and one of the Nagpa that has these massive goggles on kind of and hits this switch, and the power starts swirling around between the two dynamos, and you see pushing out, forming almost from that reddish and bluish energy, is an even bigger dragon's head. Starts to push its way through, and then you see sparks fly from both of the dynamos, and the Nagpa with goggles on kind of is studying these things, and steam's flying out of these machines, and then you see the enormous spectral dragon head kind of falls back in as that disc that formed dissipates, and you hear the dragons call out, "No!" And there's this lightning that just plays across the outside. Your hands go numb. You're not struck by it, but your hands go numb with the power that goes through. And you've somehow gone through past absolute abject terror and through to the other side. And you're just frozen in place. And then you see one of the Nagpa kind of gestures or staggers forward, the one with the goggles, and says,
It's not working. We need the gnome scientists.
and the dragon looks down at him and it says, "Then get them!" And he looks up,
But they don't cooperate. They say they will never help us. Die first, they will.
and he looks down and simply says, "They will wish they did." And lightning plays out from this thing's jaws. We end our session with Badonk prying his fingers off, which have locked in spasming muscles into grips like clawed. And he slowly, his entire body trembling, his little ears wobbling on the end, he makes his way back towards his allies. So,
Nice.
then, guys, with that, we will end our session. Okay, now, first, let's award some XP here.
That was a wild ride.
All right, now, you guys, so that encounter with the, oh boy, with those, the guards.
Goblin Squad.
That was definitely something good. You found Phonome, so I'll give you some XP for that. And
Friend of the kitty.
you printed a kitty. I'm not going to give you any XP for that because that did not result in anything meaningful. Apart from you guys learning what a tabaxi is. And let's see here. I think I'll... Yeah. Okay. So you guys get a grand total of 170 XP tonight.
Very nice.
Woo!
Okay. And with that, guys, we will bring our session to a close. So, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for episode 25 of our ongoing Barrowmaze campaign. Although right now, visiting the flying city of Serene. Let me kill this creepy music, too. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. You can also leave any comments for our players, and I will be sure to pass those messages along. In addition, you can also reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, or you can reach me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. In addition, you can also follow a link in the description of the video to our Dungeon Musings Discord server as well, where we have channels dedicated to this campaign and every other campaign that we run on the channel. In addition, if you're looking for a group yourself, there's a Find a Group channel as well. Or if you want to find players, because there's lots of folks looking for sessions on there as well. We're all quite avid gamers who like to jump in and play. In addition, there is a link in the description of this video to something called Heroes Save Villages. And from now, the time of recording, until noon on January 1st, 2020, we are running a charity raffle where the grand prize is a platinum edition of the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. The very generous people at Beetle and Grimm's have donated a copy to us that we've are using to raffle off. Tickets are $25 Canadian. You can buy as many tickets as you like. Each ticket gives you a chance to win that or one of the other prizes. So far, I am donating a copy of the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Core Rulebook, I'm donating a copy of the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Bestiary, and I'm donating a copy of the new Starfinder Character Operations Manual as well. I'm going to be contacting publishers as well to see if any other publishers will help support the charity to give us, or help support the raffle by donating other products as well too. Though many have already supported us in July, but the grand prize itself, when it was, well, it is new. It's new, is a $500 product that you'll be getting potentially for a $25 Canadian, which is, I believe, around $18 US for each ticket. All donations go directly to help the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, which is a terrific organization that benefits over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children in over 130 countries. It is a terrific organization, and we are very grateful to the good people at Beetle and Grimm for donating this to you. And even better, you won't have to pay for shipping. I will pay for the shipping because Beetle and Grimm sent us this amazing product. So if you want to make any, or if you want to take part in that raffle, or if you want to just make a donation to SOS Children's Villages International in general, you can follow the link through to Heroes Save Villages, and all donations, as I said, go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel. None of it goes to any other middleman. And last but not least, let's not forget the stars of this session. So, to Steve, who has disappeared, and John, and Arlen, and Jeff, guys, thank you so much. I've been looking forward to this particular session for about 4 or 5 months now. So I am thrilled that we were able to get to this part. Things seem to be getting a little dangerous in the flying city of Serene. I wonder what will happen next time.
Ride a dragon.
Yes. Well, and Arlen, I wouldn't feel too bad about failing that save because the DC was, I believe, a 32.
I could not have made that unless I rolled a 21.
Yeah. It's this is a
well, and also, so I'll just point out my crafting bonus is plus 12. I don't think I hit 20 on any of those crafting rolls, so my luck was crap for all of the.
You guys really hit the
aside
full...
from the
Yeah, you guys were all over the place. Did everyone roll a nat 20 and everyone roll a nat 1? I know Badonk rolled both.
Almost.
Yeah, I tried to dick punch the guy and I rolled my 1. And,
yeah, jeez.
And I got a 20 on the nature check. So.
Awesome. Well, guys, I cannot wait to see what happens next week and how you respond to this this threat. How the fuck are you going to defeat a dragon?
Not fighting it. Drop it through the sky door.
That's, well, we have a week to think about it. So then, folks, for those listening at home again, and for those who joined us in chat today too, thank you so much for joining us. There was a ton of great chatter back and forth about the game and a bunch of other stuff too. I love seeing that. So thanks for joining us live. Thanks for joining us later, folks. And until next time, happy gaming.